Hey, yo, check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay,
Real
my
quick,
swordplay.
everybody, as long as you don't have like background noise or anything, you don't have to mute yourself. We good. Y'all can talk and comment on whatever you want. And
Yeah, let me just make sure that don't happen, man. Hold on.
all
All right, I should be good now. The life and times of working at a studio means there's a good chance there's background noise.
right, you good. And hey man, we glad to have y'all. Thank you for listening.
Definitely.
Yeah, no,
Of this show, man.
Thanks for coming through. So this is a Herculean effort that we're putting together to make this work. I'm like juggling 17 different plates when it comes to the tech. Noveliss is in a fantasy draft and barely paying us any attention. I'm just kidding. No,
Hero look like he on the Nebuchadnezzar.
right. It's just the spaceship, bro. I'm in the spaceship. Got the captain's chair.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I told him he remodeled his studio. I told him I'm about to start staying the night in there now.
Right.
As well.
Looking like the Apple Store and shit.
So
Go ahead.
you wanna give him the rundown of the agenda right quick?
Yeah, man. So everybody, as far as to my knowledge, you guys all got the little episode outline, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Heroes got the. So when we start to do is we'll just go this way. Okay, we'll just go clockwise. So I'll go. Hero go. Rails, you.
All right. I was like, the screen is like up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
screen
it's
is probably gonna be in different order. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Word.
So you just call them out. Now, if you just call them out, who goes next? Because I think you and I have the same order, but other people might not.
All right, so I'll be the teacher, and I'll just call on y'all.
So I'm gonna direct everybody's attention to the chat real quick for when it comes time for us to do the you can only pick one. Or sorry, you can only pick three. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll drop this in here.
See if I can see it. See.
Maybe if it'll work.
Oh.
Right. Hey, remember when I said I could do this thing that I'm not able to do right now? Okay. Backup plan. We're gonna send it to you via email to the same initial email that we sent out.
Shit, it's not working.
I don't know. Whatever. Fucking goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Goddamn it. So we're gonna send it to the same email.
All right, you got that? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, unless you have another idea.
I did have what I could do is I could post it on the Instagram. And then
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. That's so much better of an idea than this bullshit. So let's do that.
Okay.
So everybody just pull up their phone.
You guys good with that? I'm about to post it on the SwordCast Instagram right now, and then you guys.
All right.
Like the story?
All right.
No, I'm just about to post it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a straight up post.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna give them a sneak peek before the episode drop.
Yep.
Really?
So right, just to get us started off, man, why don't we real quick just introduce each other, or introduce ourselves, with, I think we said if you want to give our social media handle out, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
So y'all know who we are. So we're gonna start from my end. Who's first on your end? Now you call them out.
Rails.
Yo, my name's Relly Wells. Social media handles is I am Relly Wells on everything. Instagram, Twitter. Hit me up, it's whatever.
What do you do? Are you
I'm actually a musical artist as well.
Hey.
Hey.
You know,
We knew that. We were just trying to give him an
finish
opportunity to plug.
My bad. Like, yo, I feel like I'm in class right now. Like,
Oh man, hey man, look,
stand,
plug yourself, bro. Like this is what we're doing this for.
I am really Rose on everything, man. I got a new project coming out. Spotify, all that, like everything. Like,
yeah, and let me chime in real quick. I actually have a record with him, and he's dope, man. You guys.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only like 3-4 people heard it. That's it. Like I'm keeping it super classified. Like,
did you record that at the crib, Dov?
I did, bro, and it was. I don't want to give away.
Oh, okay. 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 Well, I'm sure I heard it too then, and I'm sure it was dope.
Yeah, it's dope, man. So next, Tatiana.
Guys, Tatiana. Everybody can hear me, I hope. Okay, cool.
You got the headset.
You have very crispy audio.
Right.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
mine's on.
These JBLs.
Hey.
So my name is Tatiana. I'm Tatiana Leanne with 2 N's on Twitter, which is mainly where you guys can find me, and sometimes on Instagram. I'm kind of clearing that out and restarting. For the what do I do question, we're just not going to count the year 2020. And before 2020 hit, I was a personal trainer. So that's why we're just not going to count this year.
But shout out to you. If y'all, I mean, I'm sure y'all have listened, but I've been on a little weight loss journey of my own. Except yesterday, I was hanging out with Nav, this motherfucker. I bought literally 78 pizzas and like 115 wings, and basically I took all of the pizza from his children and I ate it all myself. Basically,
You got to pick out sometimes, man.
I told him he remodeled the basement with like the HGTV power.
Yeah.
We all do deserve every once in a while. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, man. So, TJ, what's up, man? Go ahead, tell everybody your name. If you want to throw out a social media handle, let us know what you do, man. And we appreciate you being a fan of the show, bro.
Let's see. You all can hear me good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm TJ. I go by TJ the Prophet. I'm a aspiring voice actor, aspiring MC, aspiring professional wrestler for 2020 stops being such a bitch.
Yo.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hey.
In terms of social medias, I got an Instagram because I'm trying to fix my Facebook and Twitter stuff. So that'd be like @_prophet_called_TJ. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. And I guess Spotify under TJ the Prophet. I only got 1 song on there, but I'm working on an album to put on there before the end of the year.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Super cool.
Shout out to the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Keep it.
Right. Hey, for sure, man. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman out here.
Yeah, I'm rocking this Nexus all the rest of 2020 just because of that.
All right.
Yes, sir. Eric, man, what's up, bro? Let us know.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Yo, man. Eric Dallas, basketball teacher / aspiring professional basketball player. Word. I don't know if I can hoop with y'all though. I seen Nas highlight tape. That's
Hey man, I'm just a shooter now. That was old.
I put a highlight video of me shooting in the backyard, looking like an old man, but it still got the burner.
That is a fact. I seen that clip.
Shooting.
Hey, hold on, wait, hold on. Since somebody seen it, I was knocking them bitches down, wasn't I? God damn it.
You was though.
Like it was on fire out here.
Hero got that 3-point shooter archetype.
Hey man.
Straight on. Yeah, all the social media is Samurai Jam Crew. Shout out to the
word up.
The greatest samurai of all time. Arguably.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not arguable, bro. Those are facts
okay.
out here.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to be sensitive, y'all. I read the email. You gotta be sensitive to all the
Fair enough.
I'm saying, like,
I want to agree, but I can't.
Yeah. See, he look uncomfortable. Somewhat. Oh, this is getting recorded. Make sure y'all go get this, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the plug.
Dope album, y'all. Yo,
Shout out to
dope
Nav.
album.
Nav gave me this in person. So
Word. What city, bro?
he was in New York City.
Word up. Okay, yeah.
Yo, I was so
We'll
mad. I was
copy
supposed
of
to
that
take the
too.
train down there.
Word up, man.
Took the
It
train
was
down
getting
there.
I actually saw Nav in person. I'm like, oh, he really do this workout shit.
it was.
It was like June, bro. He out there like this. So I was like, let me approach slowly. Because I want to like,
Yo, kick the shit out of you.
that weed sun shit he be doing. It been a wrap, bro. I wouldn't make it to the show. So
Yo, I remember that. It was hot. It was so
yeah,
hot.
that was. I still got the videos, bro. You was, I don't know, yo, you was drinking hella water, bro.
Word.
Hot ass some.
Word, man. All right, Jay Jones, man. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all having me on. But yeah, my name is Jay. You know, I'm from Buffalo. I make beats, and y'all could follow me at low_key91 on Instagram.
All right.
Up.
Word up.
That's what's
All
up,
right,
man.
Black Gear, what's up, bro?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
We got a little bit of background
we got
music
some
coming from.
background
Hold on, let
noise.
me fix that. Let me try.
Okay.
All right, we good.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So what's going on, y'all? This is Steam Boy, and my alias is Black Gear. And honestly, I make beats like my man who talked earlier. Been making beats for a good amount of years, and I got a regular job, work at the post office,
Okay.
and that's basically what I got so far.
Word up, man. Hey,
That's
man,
what's
we appreciate you being a fan of the show, man. And
Man, since day one, brother, day one.
I already know, man. I recognize you, man, as a fan. I recognize, you know, a lot of people who've been supporting for a long time. I always recognize y'all names when I see y'all on social media, man. So we appreciate it, man. We both appreciate it.
Nah, man, I thank you, man, for real. Thank you,
Hey, man.
for real.
All right, man. So good intros, man. We are mad thankful to have you on. So let's get it started. Hito-san, what are you into currently, sir?
Yeah. So as you can see, I've redone. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I've redone my basement. I'm not.
HGTV.
So I at this back area right here, you can kind of even still see there's some water damage by the baseboards. This is a super duper old ass house. It's like literally like over 100 years old. So like the foundation is crap. It's basically like toilet paper essentially. And so anytime it rains, there's potential for flooding. So before, if y'all saw like videos of us in the studio before, there was a grayish carpet down here. And it used to get wet, but like usually it, I'd be able to put a fan down there, it would dry it, no big deal. But recently there was like a week-long rainstorm and it just stayed wet, and that motherfucker got like sour and moldy and just even so here's some behind the scenes shit. I'm about to put me and Knob's business out there. So that last Patreon that we did was literally the day before I went and tore this whole motherfucker down. So I texted Knob. I was like, hey bro, like you just gonna have to give me some homie love and just like hose your nose, bro, because it smells horrible down here. So shout out to Knob, because that entire show he basically did it with his like nose plugged the whole time.
To hold his nose with the mic.
All bad. So obviously, like, not only was it unpleasant, it was also like dangerous. Like, you can't be down here because I spent a lot of time down here, obviously. So I had to pull the whole carpet up. Got somebody in here to help do some water remediation. Nigga, goddamn painted the floor. Put a whole new carpet down, and I cut the carpet so like the part that gets wet is like exposed, so you can see that there's like carpet here, but then that part is like just the basement floor. So if it gets wet, and it will, because what the fuck, can't do nothing about it, I can just put a fan down there, get the water up, and no more no more flooding, no more water damage. And I feel, bro, I'm like, this is like some shit that like nigga real adults do, bro. Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I grew some chest hairs just now with this project. So that's what I've been on.
All that, huh?
Doing adult things, man, is terrible.
For real.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been into, man. I've been on this jujitsu journey, man, and I gotta tell you, it's tough, and I have been training a lot. I got a teacher, man, and I'm climbing the ladder, bro, climbing up the ranks.
Yo, how's your leg, dog? Like, how's your leg?
I'm good, man. I'm like,
yo, when that happened,
that's good.
Like, everyone was
man. I was like, yo,
get your boy.
Yo, I was like, yo, what? Yo, the love from everybody was crazy. Like it was amazing. So I appreciate y'all for that. I'm good, man.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm good, bro. I got a pretty cool big giant scar, but I'm good. I'm about 100% now, so I'm all good. But yeah, man, I've been on that jujitsu journey, man. It's just climbing that ladder, figuring it out, and it's been a good battle, man. Rails, what are you into currently, bro?
Right now, I am heavy into the God of High School.
Hey,
that's been my shit.
Before we go any further,
I did not watch the last episode that came out today. So
hold on,
okay.
I'm like 3 episodes behind. So everybody relax.
Oh my goodness!
I'm going strictly off the original manhwa.
Okay, where I was about to start just spilling the beans, man. I'm so
Yo, you gotta head Noveliss off, bro. You gotta stop him because he will spill all of the beans, bro.
Yo, wait, Rose, you watch it on? What do you watch it on? Crunchyroll or?
Well, I'm on Crunchyroll right now. I got a Fire Stick, little League of Athletes going on right now. Just been that, the new Tony Hawk just dropped, so I'm getting back in childhood days.
Hold on a second. No, I gotta give a take right quick, bro.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Hey man, y'all niggas pay that little $5, bro.
No.
Pay that little $5, bro. I'm telling you. I'm so tired of trying to fucking rig my shit, fucking put a password in and turn the motherfucker upside down and try to wait on a certain day for just pay that little $5-7, man, if you got it. And just go ahead and get that crispy quality, man.
Hey, man.
No.
We went through we did that, so you didn't have to.
Nah, dog, when there's a will, there's a way.
We were out here as kids, man, buying tapes from weird strangers,
bro.
So we could watch Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying?
It used to be my brother coming in with the DVDs, like, yo, I got Dragon Ball. I'm like,
Or Tatiana, what are you into currently right now?
Ooh,
trainer.
So post. Because I'm kind of out of that work due to the good old COVID-19, I have been chopping down my backlog of games and shows and anime and all that other stuff. So still have not finished Ghost of Tsushima. Please, no spoilers.
I know.
I am in I'm in Act 2, okay? But the issue is what happened?
When did you get the game?
Oh, the day it released. I'm getting ready to explain. I'm getting ready to explain.
Okay, go ahead.
So I've been doing all of the side missions and things. Word. I cannot progress with the story until I finish island by island. So technically, I'm trying to liberate full islands before I move on, and that's why it's taking so long, honestly.
Yeah, that's real.
Getting the vanities and the flowers for the
yes. I am. I don't mind spoilers, I guess.
Nah.
I don't mind them, but I'll finish Act 3 before next month ends.
It's really amazing game.
Yeah.
So I have heard.
A shameless plug. I I tested our Twitch page and streamed a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima. So that's on our Twitch page. What it is Twitch TV/SwordCast, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So y'all follow us on Twitch, man. We're gonna probably start maybe even streaming like some studio sessions and stuff like that and putting it on
Ooh.
there. Yeah, so y'all make sure you follow the SwordCast Twitch page. TJ, man, what are you into currently, bro?
What was that?
TJ, can you hear
Can
me?
you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just small little bit of delay with the phone.
Okay.
What do you think?
I've been kind of doing the same thing, just going back through like a backlog of video games. I caught the PlayStation sale and just re-got the entire Darksiders collection. So I've been replaying those. Like I forgot how fun Darksiders are.
The essential picks.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Like, yeah, that sale saved my life because I'm like, so many games I've wanted to read and I just did not have the money because being an adult sucks.
Sure does.
Tell me about it.
Does.
Wouldn't recommend.
I'm in the store now.
So yeah, outside of that, I got a lot of old games like the Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle game that came out, and other than that, I've just been going through a New Japan World and catching up on any old shows. Like I've been watching the summer.
Did you see Summer Struggle?
Yes, bro! Like, oh my god!
In the baseball stadium.
Yes, that was
So
like
all wrongs have been righted, and Tetsuya Naito is once again the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, as she should be, and the Intercontinental.
See, I'm with you,
Uh-oh.
but I'm not.
I gotta hear this. Let me hear this.
I love Naito. I love all of Los Ingobernables. But I'm still Bullet Club firing squad to the death.
Oh no! I am a tranquilo Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Oh no, like, but I'm definitely glad now to won. Like, while I'm happy Evil won, he was not my choice to beat Naito for the belt. I would have chose Penta since they built that up so much.
Or even. I just always feel like if there's a guy that's going to leave LIJ, it should be Sonata, because I just think Sonata's a better wrestler and just a cooler individual altogether. But
honestly, with all the frustrations they've always had throughout the year, especially with the six-man belts, I thought Bushi was going to defect first.
Yeah, but Bushi can't. Bushi isn't a threat like that, though. I feel you, but for someone to be a threat to actually beat Naito, Evil was a good choice. Let's keep it moving, though. Eric, man, what you been into, bro?
Honestly, man, I've been into binging everything, like even like from playing video games. I'm trying to get back to like what made me like happy as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Especially during these crazy times.
Man,
Yes, sir.
that's
Like,
wisdom
bro,
right
like-
there, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because like, and that's what I appreciate about the SwordCast so much, because y'all kind of always bring me back to that place. Because like, truth be told, y'all put us. I was only going to ask you if y'all could always like make this list of the stuff y'all put onto it. Because truth be told, like there be games, all this stuff. Y'all even reminded me like, yo, this is important. Like doing the things that got you to this place.
100%.
So saying off the internet and really just protecting your mind, bro. Like you gotta do these things that you can't get anywhere else. So I've been playing this one of my favorite games of all time. That's actually Hero. You would love it. It's a descendant of Shenmue. It's called Yakuza. It's called Yakuza. I don't know if you heard of it.
Hell yeah.
Running through it. Because I beat the other games when they were for like PS1, PS2. So I've been going through that. I'm trying to catch up on all animes and whatnot, bro. I'm just protecting here, bro. Like peace of mind is my biggest thing, man. Because you know these days ain't promised.
I just want to share something with you really quickly, bro. You said something that's literally like word for word how we started to SwordCast. Like I think Nav hit me with one of the dopest things I've ever heard him say was like something along the lines of like, as we get older, as we get more and more stressed, one of the things that keeps you sane is holding on to the things that made you happy as a child. And like, there's nothing weird about that, bro. There's nothing childish about that. That is just holding on to peace. That's holding on to peace of mind. and it is essential for, especially as you get older, especially as you have more and more responsibility. I basically just rebuilt my whole house with my bare hands, and like I immediately went upstairs and played Avengers because nigga, that's what I do to de-stress. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
You
So
put
like,
that saying on a T-shirt. That should go on the shirt.
hey man,
How is that game though?
we'll see. So far, so good. I like it so far. It's not Ghost of Tsushima, but it's fun.
Hey man,
I see, like, you just threw me away.
hey man, Captain America looks like
oh no,
he looks like Captain America looks like a news anchor.
That nigga, they got some fucking Save-A-Lot brand Avengers on here. So hey, they got the Kirkland brand Avengers out here. Goddammit.
Got the off-brand toys that you used to buy.
Captain 50 States.
No, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Captain Continuous 48 States.
Nah, dog. You expected Captain America? They gave you Major Glory.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yes. Valhalla.
Hey, the Macho Man episode, bro.
So good, man.
Wrestler.
So y'all impersonations are. Y'all be running those shit back, yo.
Vince McMahon be having me on the floor. Like,
Yes.
Palpatine is his best one. Love Palpatine.
Hey, I'll break them out when the time is right on this.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Hey, Jay Jones, man, what are you into, bro?
All right, I've been in two things lately. But I've been playing Tony Hawk that just came out, and me and my friends that joint is fire. Me and my friends used to play that joint way back in the day. I've been smacking the boys on that joint lately. Late night sleepovers and all that. But I've been looking for like 70s jazz, Japanese samples, like 70s and 80s, like it's like little pockets in YouTube. You can find like these.
Oh yeah,
like
no, I got
Oh,
those. Like, dog, they are amazing.
Yeah. So I'm looking for like these obscure little channels. You can find like like videos of like 100 something views on the samples. You get them drinks. So that's what I've been into lately. Just looking for those.
Hey man, there's a lot to that, yo. Like don't let any. I mean, y'all make beats too. You already know what it is. But when it comes to making music, making beats, there is no blueprint, man. I used to get made fun of for being the only cat back 8-9 years ago that was using FL Studio. Now all of these niggas are using FL.
Everybody using that shit.
I used to get clowned. For when I was first started making beats 10-15 years ago for sampling anime soundtracks. Now everybody's doing that shit, bro. Like there's no blueprint, man. Do what makes you feel good when you press play and that sound hits you. Do whatever makes you feel good.
Exactly.
So keep it original, dog.
Absolutely, man. Yo, Black Gear, man.
What
are you into, bro?
Okay. Just recently, like an hour before we started this whole episode, my little brother and we just finished All Out.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
that's a good play.
That's what me and Hero were. That's what me and Hero were doing last night when he was indulging in canceling his
right
fitness journey.
Right, I just gained all of my weight back in one sitting.
Yeah, there were some really, really good matches, though. I mean, really good ones.
It was dope. Some tough spots in that shit, though.
Oh man, Matt Hardy dead. Darby Allin.
Have we got an update from him
that
yet?
wild card though?
Yeah, they
out of nowhere.
yeah, no, Matt Seidel botched himself back into being Evan Bourne.
I didn't even know who that was. Until my brother told me. It's like, that's Evan Bourne? Whoa. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah,
bro,
that man got on that turnbuckle open your third eye and shut down everything.
Hey, check it out though. So I wrote Matt Seidel. I met him years ago. I wrote him a message and I told him that he should turn it into a gimmick, right? He should turn it into a gimmick where he's a guy who's a high flyer, but he's scared to do moves off the top rope because he fell. So every time he goes, he's about to win the match, he gets ready to go do his finisher, but he gets scared, and then he doesn't do it, and he loses every match. But then he finally gets the courage back up to do it, and then he does it, and then he's able to fly again.
Low key, like about a couple years ago, Progress did that same thing with Will Ospreay, where he messed up a 630 splash.
Okay, I didn't know that. See, that's you gotta in wrestling. You gotta turn everything into part of the show. That's how you survive. You know what I mean?
Can I mention one other thing I'm into currently?
Yes, sir.
This past Friday, I just saw Tenet in theaters.
Oh, word. Wait. Stop.
No spoilers. I really want to be that movie.
Literally, before you say anything, because like literally with a Christopher Nolan movie, anything you say can potentially be a spoiler. So let's be very careful here.
Don't worry. I can't explain it even if I can, because you know it's one of those movies, just like Inception. You gotta see it more than once.
Cool.
You're not gonna get it the first try. You gotta see it more than once.
Word up, man. So, hey, man, real quick with that said, we're going to do like a speed round of just unpopular, hot take, nerd opinions that you have that will make other people upset. Hero is a master. Hero has a PhD in hot takes.
Hold on a second, goddammit. I got some take. I got all kind of. Well, hold on. So should I get it started?
Yep, go ahead, man. Get it started. I'm kind of nerd. Oh boy.
I think subtitles are overrated on you motherfuckers, dog. Listen here.
I mean, that's not even really an unpopular opinion.
I'm an adult, goddammit. I'm trying to watch anime while also I file my taxes and do adult things. I do not have the ability to read and enjoy and also do adult shit. I need to be able to listen to these niggas.
You know what? You know what I do to you English dub cats, man? I turn my nose up. I turn my nose up.
Now let me soften the take a little bit.
And I drink some tea.
Let me soften the take a little bit. Now, I agree. So here, my preference. I don't even say I have a preference, but I view dubs as being practical. Now, I think that subs definitely sound better. There's no doubt about that. They absolutely sound better. But dubs, for like where I am in my life right now as I try to consume this media while also like multitasking, kind of hard to do that while I got like, what the fuck? Hold on a second. What the fuck that nigga's reading and running it back and then trying to figure out some more. Like I just need somebody to just say in English what just happened.
I feel that.
That's a lukewarm take. Not my hottest take.
That's not bad.
Oh, they all sound trash, but I just need the information.
Hey, really reals, man. Give me an unpopular nerd opinion / hero hot take. That's what I'm gonna call it.
All right.
You got to trademark that. Put that on a shirt.
Yep, hero hot take. And hero, you know that movie Inside Out, the Disney movie, the anger dude?
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Gotta be hero with his head exploding. It's a Disney movie. It's super sad, but it's really good though.
Is it a Pixar joint? I think it's Pixar.
It is
Pixar.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of the better Pixar films from like the past couple years.
Definitely.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
The hot take could be on anything, like anything. It don't have to be anime.
Anything.
All right.
Yep.
My biggest hot take I've been walking around with for years is that the movie The Warriors is overrated.
You watch your mouth.
Oh,
That movie
I only
is
saw it
overrated.
Hey, yo. Honestly though, I hear you.
No, I know what you're saying. The game was good.
it's kind of
Yeah,
corny,
the
no?
game is way better, but the
Game is
movie,
better.
I just feel like it made no sense. The acting was
Word up.
Have you been to New York?
The action.
I live in New York.
The action is super whack. And
Okay.
the thing about the Warriors movies is I feel like, obviously, I don't think any of us are of age to have been around when it came out, right? So the problem was that we heard about it so much, and everybody, you see these iconic pictures of the characters, and you're like, yo, you see the fonts, right? The Warriors font.
The Warriors come out to play.
Yeah. And then you finally watch the movie, and you're like, wait a minute, man, this is the thing that
shit is ass.
Yeah.
That shit's garbage, man. I don't know how motherfuckers like that movie.
Oh, hilarious. Tatiana, give me a hero hot take.
Ooh, so my hero hot take is going to be that The Last of Us 2 was not trash. It deserved to be review bombed.
Hey, no spoilers, please. No spoilers.
I will not spoil at all because I think that everybody needs to actually play the game for themselves and get their own opinion of it. So absolutely will not spoil.
I am with you 100%. I thought that game was brilliant. If it hadn't been for see, look at these niggas already talking shit. If it hadn't been for Ghost of Tsushima, that would have been my game of the year. It's fantastic.
Exactly. I teeter-tottered between the both of them as well, and I haven't finished Ghost yet. It has been a little bit more fun to play so far, but other than that, it just Last of Us did not deserve what it got.
The Last of Us will make you, even though it was a great game, it'll make you be like, God, fuck.
That shit is whack.
I stewed on it for like 2 weeks. Like, dang, okay, all right. So yes.
That's funny.
Yo.
All right, who else? Who's next?
Yo,
hey, bro, that take was so hot that it burned Noveliss' headphones off.
My headphones. I can feel your hate.
Palpatine.
I can feel your anger. Hey, Hero, what did he say? It makes you
gives you focus. Makes you stronger.
Oh, my man, I love it. He acts so over the top.
Bro, he was having so much fun in that role, dog. It's great.
For sure.
Man was living his best life.
TJ, man, give me.
Ooh, okay, this kind of goes off what we were discussing before, and I'm glad I get to touch upon it. As much praise as it gets and as much as I love it, Samurai Champloo is not the greatest anime of all time.
Whoa!
Pick him out.
Explain.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm speaking personally. Like I said, I love it. It's personally speaking, it's my number 2 of all time. It's my number 2 of all time.
Mine too.
Wait.
Time out. Better be like number 1 or something.
Time out. Something happened to my computer, so I didn't hear it, but I saw everybody's reaction.
Don't you bullshit, dog!
I saw everybody's reaction, so I need to hear this one more time.
Nah, bro.
Nah, you don't hear it, man. You know what? I'll say it again. Let me clear my throat.
Okay, here we go.
Samurai Champloo is not the greatest anime of all time.
Yeah.
Oh God! Well, congratulations, guys! I just got my favorite rapper to write a diss track about me.
Harold going to make the beat. Look,
I didn't even start my career yet, and it's about to end. Jesus Christ! Okay, but I have a reason, and I have a number 1 that you accept.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, what's the number 1?
Rurouni Kenshin.
I love Kenshin. Kenshin's in my top 3, but why? What is your reasoning for not? I mean, everybody has their own taste. I think it plays a different role in other people's lives. For me, obviously, it's going to be my GOAT because it mixes hip hop and anime, and it's done so well, and it's such a
It is a shitty take.
And that's why Samurai Champloo is still like.
Do you got the mellow? You got the mellow soundboard?
That blend of hip hop and anime like raised me as a child. I just personally prefer Rurouni Kenshin because growing up, I was always like that folklore and like feudal Japan buff. So seeing it done in like an actual representation and stuck with like the actual cultural representations, it spoke to me in a way that like always attracted me. Like even the live action movies were beautifully done. So I've always preferred.
Without question, Kenshin has the best live action movies ever. And
the only one.
With you saying that, Samurai Champloo is historically accurate too, though.
Yes, no, I'm not denying that. But like I said, the more feudal Japan it is, the more I get like easily attracted to it.
Yeah, I feel that, and I love, like I said, Kenshin's in my top 3, man. Eric, give me a hero hot take, man.
Who?
Eric.
Oh my God. Yo, so when y'all asked this question, there was so many hot takes. I was even Googling hot takes.
Word up.
But I'm gonna bring up a topic that's commonly discussed on the podcast. I don't know how everybody's gonna react. For me, if it wasn't for me personally, if I didn't see Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace, I don't think that Star Wars would be where it would be now.
Let's go. You already know I'm full 100% supporting that.
You are my best friend now, Eric.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Wait. What? We have multiple prequel lovers on here. Star
Bro,
Wars.
I love the
Oh, yeah.
I watch them religiously.
Hey, Hero.
What?
Hey man. You hearing this? You hearing
I
this?
don't know none of you niggas, bro.
All these episodes we talk smack about the prequels. You outnumbered, dog.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, cause we're really, you gotta think like,
Hey, Hero, bro. Guess what? We're not 49, bro. We grew up on the prequels.
That Blood Club beatdown, bro.
Hey man, that nigga said he hates saying it gets everywhere. And I was like, you know what, bro? All right, well, hold on. Okay, so now that I've seen the sequel trilogy, and I've said this on the last podcast, I think that the films, those movies, are better than individually all of the prequel trilogies. However, the world building in the prequel trilogies was so much better and so much more cohesive than the sequel trilogy. So much so that as like a completed like story, I think that the prequel trilogy is probably a better story than the sequel trilogy. Now,
prequels best Star Wars. Prequels better than everything. Got it. Jay Jones, give me a hero hot take, bro. No.
I want to change mine because mine is kind of related to his, but y'all gonna laugh at me. But I said episode 2 is not as bad as people think it is. But
Yo,
no.
Yo, so check this out though. Hero, remember when I was talking to you a couple months back and I was on the Star Wars binge and I said that I watched episode 2 and I used to hate it, right? But I watched it recently and I was kind of like, yo, why did I hate it so much? Anakin is
it grew on you.
Episode 2 is kind of like the Inception. You have to watch it multiple times to understand it.
When that joint came out, me and my dad went 2 days in a row to go see that joint.
And I mean, yo, there are positives. You get Yoda first time you ever see Yoda use a lightsaber.
That was cool.
Yoda had
bounce. Yoda was out there just a buzzsaw, right? Then you got Obi-Wan and everything. Look, Obi-Wan's MVP. We know that, right? Obi-Wan's MVP. But there's so much in that movie, bro. He goes he discovers the clone army. He has the battle with Jango, which is super cool. You get the first fight ever where there's like tons of Jedi in the.
I was gonna say
on what's the name of that? Geonosis, is that the name of that planet?
Yeah.
That whole scene was dope. Like there are good. It's just Anakin, man. If you can stomach Anakin.
He was so bad though. He was so bad, and he was the main character, bro.
You almost like he looked like he borrowed lightsabers for the day. Like wilding, bro. Like when you fight with your cousins in the backyard.
Yeah, bro.
Bro.
Don't
say that.
He was a little predatory behavior too, bro.
Right. Oh.
She was like, Anakin, don't look at me like that. He was like, still continuing to be a creep.
Right. I was
Jones, though, I'm kind of with you on that, man.
Man, it was a good one.
No, I will say episode 3 is probably my third favorite Star Wars movie altogether. I love episode 3. I thought that shit was amazing.
I could agree with you on that.
Episode 1 I'm not as hard on as most people, although I still don't like it that much. Can't get with you on episode 2, but episode 3 I like a lot.
Okay.
Hey, Black Gear, give us a hero hot take, man.
Okay. My hero hot take.
He coming with
it.
No. Laugh with it.
Okay. My hero hot take would have to be: people need to stop assuming that Blade was the first black superhero movie, and it's not.
Okay.
What was?
What's that?
A Meteor Man. I was the first black
we don't
superhero.
talk about Meteor Man, dog.
Yo.
We don't talk about Meteor Man.
Let's go. Hey, what were them cats? With the lemon heads with the blonde hair.
Golden Lords.
Golden Lords, bro. Let's go.
Yes.
Hey, I would kind of be down for a Meteor Man remake, bro.
Ooh.
But like a serious, like a done seriously sort of.
Yeah, like a gritty, like a dark, gritty.
Like, with like
Meteor
some
Man
dog ass
remake.
like fight scenes. That
Yeah,
should be actually
bro.
kind of fire.
Come
bro.
on, let's go.
Yeah.
And
Okay. But y'all know
and
what the
Netflix
second?
show.
Okay. But do y'all know what the second black superhero movie was?
What? Blank Man.
Yes.
Blank Man.
Yep,
Hey.
Blank Man.
And honestly, at this point, what are the Wayans doing right now?
I don't know.
Old.
Quiet.
Why don't we do a Blank Man Returns?
Bro, let's and you know what I like now that you bring that up, right? Don't you kind of feel like they kind of take place in the same universe?
Yeah,
You know?
hell yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
let's- give me like that comedic black superhero universe, bro, like a Netflix show or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meteor
Yes.
Man. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I
man.
also feel like Don't Be a Menace would be in that same universe. It kind of feels like very similar.
My little brother loves that movie. That movie is hilarious, man.
That movie is very funny, bro. That's one
Way
of
too
the
funny.
Oh man. All right, y'all. Very, very good. All right, so I posted the You Can Only Pick 3 on the Instagram page, so if y'all go check that out.
Holy shit.
Oh God.
It's
Really?
tough. Yeah, it's
Come
tough.
on, man. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Don't do
Let me
that.
What do you do?
Don't do that.
Yo, that's not right. I just see it. It's not
That
right.
ain't fair.
Hold on.
I don't know. Hold on.
I was
This,
just
dog.
getting to it and I picked mine already. I've been stewing on it this whole time. Like,
Let me check this Instagram. Let me see what madness he's done.
You're not
Okay, now I need to throw hands with you.
Hey, yo, this
Okay.
is a tough one.
What?
All right, I can get it started. I can get it started while y'all
Don't
are
do
thinking.
this to me.
Let's do it here.
I can get y'all started right quick. So
Let's
this
do
is
it.
hard. There are a couple of movies that I can kind of get out of the way really quickly. These are all great. I've seen them all and I love them all. Some more than others. I'm a big Miyazaki guy. Oh, hey, here's a hot take. Here's a super hot take I forgot about. Miyazaki, right? Great. Maybe Japanese
swear to God.
Disney.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say he's overrated. But here's what I will say.
Oh,
Who I
God.
think is up next and who I think may already be on his heels is Makoto Shinkai, the cat
Oh,
who did.
100%.
Your name?
Okay, no, that's
Makoto
totally
Shinkai's animation is the greatest that I've ever seen, bar none. There's nobody close. Nobody close. When it comes
You
like
might have a good point.
Yeah, no,
No.
that's not even a hot take. That's one of those moments where you bring that Hannibal Buress meme of "Don't boo me when it's true."
yeah, right, exactly. All right. So that said, I'm a big Miyazaki guy, but I am not in love with Howl's Moving Castle. So that one does not stick with me. Naruto the last was. This is it cuts off here, but that's the last, right?
Yeah.
That one was great too. But there's a movie that kicks it off the list. I'm also gonna be controversial and kick everybody's face. This is, to me, okay. I love this movie. I think Spirited Away is fantastic. But the thing that kind of makes me feel weird about Spirited Away, and if this was
Is that
Princess
it's low-key
Mononoke,
terrifying?
it is terrifying. If this was Princess Mononoke, it would have been a lot harder. But I think Spirited Away is too quickly thrown out there as like and this is gonna be a super gatekeeper. I'm not into the gatekeeper shit. But it's very frequently thrown out as like the gateway anime for like the soccer mom who doesn't know what any of this shit is, but like, oh yeah, I love Spirited Away. Like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about. You ain't never seen this shit before.
It's like the soccer mom choice. I always hear Kiki's Delivery Service as that choice.
Yeah,
that's another good one. That's another good one. But I love Spirited Away. I do not think that's the best Miyazaki film, though. I think it's Princess Mononoke, so that's why that's not gonna make the list. Ninja Scroll, another one that is absolute. Oh fucking, they got Cowboy Bebop there too. I didn't even see that. Okay, all right. Let me stop posturing. I got to get my number one. This is gonna be there no matter what. It's my favorite. This is my favorite anime of all time, or my favorite anime movie of all time. I did just say it accidentally. This is the first anime that got me introduced to all this shit. It's got to be Akira. And,
Right on.
that's gonna be right, Akira. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that movie had it all, man. Had it
did.
all.
Hero. Before you go on, did you hear about the Akira series that's supposed to be coming out soon?
Is it?
The live action series, or
No,
is
it's
it an
supposed to be
anime
like an anime series that's supposed to cover the actual
manga.
Yeah.
That's why
I did
You
not
hear
hear
about
about that, but that's amazing because the manga, bro. If y'all thought that the anime was sweaty, bro, the manga goes in 1,000 different directions. It is really, really out there.
No, definitely.
So, all right. So just to kind of make this go a little bit faster, I'm gonna have to. I gotta make a decision, man. All right. So for me, for Hero, I gotta go with Ghost in the Shell at number 2. Ghost in the Shell is a classic, but it also like is definitive when it comes to like the cyberpunk genre, which is one of my favorite genres. Like when you talk about like the mythos of like the character that like I see in my mind when I'm creating music, like the character hero is very much implanted in that cyberpunk world. That's why a lot of the music that I make feels like that, and it's very heavily inspired by cyberpunk, and Ghost in the Shell is pivotal for that. And then for my number 3, man, I gotta. This is a surprise, bro. This is a sleeper that's knocked off 2 giants. It knocked out Ninja Scroll, which was one of my favorite anime movies of all time, and it also knocked out Cowboy Bebop.
Wow.
The sleeping giant is Dragon Ball Z Broly.
Yeah.
Movie.
Bro,
Hey,
that movie was amazing.
Unbelievable. Visually, the bruh,
Insane.
for me, somebody who's just an action junkie, that movie is just like, hey,
It's a scrap.
Fight.
Yeah, from start to finish. Exactly. Hey, Goku warming up, and then that was a wrap. It was it. It was over with. So this is a controversial number 3,
and
but
then, I'm not mad at you. And then also, man, like let's give it up for one of the dopest Dragon Ball characters ever finally getting an actual story.
Thank you.
Know what I mean? And making
with the face turn at the end too.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. With the face turn at the end, love. I love that movie. That's a dope pick.
So again, I know it's controversial, man. There's Sword of the Stranger now finally put me on. I finally checked that out. That's also amazing. It's a lot of hurt feelings here, but the way I'm feeling right now, and the shows or the movies that are definitive for where I'm at in my life right now, it's got to be Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and Dragon Ball Z Broly. Boom.
I love it, man. All right, I'm gonna tackle this next. You can only pick 3. Wait. Hey, you can only pick 3. Hey, I never done this voice, but you know who else's voice I can do pretty good is Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe.
Wow.
That one's hard on your vocal cords, man.
It's gonna hurt. You can only pick 3, and then you have to give me $1 trillion. Cobra Commander.
So the next album is entirely scrapped.
Cobra Commander used to ask for the stupidest amounts of money, bro. Hilarious. All right, here we go. I'm about to tackle this. Akira, obviously, arguably the greatest anime film ever. Sword of the Stranger. I mean, come on now. That's my favorite.
That's got to be a given for you, bro.
Cowboy Bebop, the movie. See, I love that movie so much, but at the same time, we got the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Spirited Away, like you said, same thing, bro. Like if Princess Mononoke was on here, it would be a lot tougher. But I can do without Spirited Away. Dragon Ball Super Broly, amazing. Ghost in the Shell, amazing. Ninja Scroll. Akira was your first anime. Ninja Scroll was mine. I don't think I can do without Ninja Scroll. So off top, I'm definitely my first 2 picks are Sword of the Stranger and Ninja Scroll, no doubt, 100%. Keeping both of those. Sword of the Stranger, bro, best animated sword fight of all time, and I don't think it will ever be topped at the end of that movie. Amazing.
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle, again, I can do like that. Naruto The Last, that movie is special to me. I love it, but here I don't think it makes this top 3. So this last spot is gonna come down to Cowboy Bebop the movie, Akira, and Dragon Ball Super Broly. And I personally, I'm going with Cowboy Bebop the movie, bro.
Hey.
I'm picking it. And the reason is because I love Spike, right? But what I always tell people is the show is amazing, but if you want to see Spike just the action Spike, you know what I mean? He doesn't fight in every episode in the cartoon, but in the movie, that's top notch Bruce Lee, Spike Spiegel all day in the film, and it's a lot more action. The fight at the end with Vincent is amazing. I'm taking that. My top three, I'm picking Sword of the Stranger, Ninja Scroll, and Cowboy Bebop. Those are the three I'm keeping. Relly Rails, you can only pick
Now, I'm going to be real on this one.
Uh-oh.
On this list, I've only completed one of these movies.
Wow!
The rest of them, listen, the rest of them, I've thrown on. Then I had to go do some adult shit. Like it's like you know,
man,
like,
you should have got the dub so you can do both at the same time.
Oh no, we just let Heroes.
I guess like I'm gonna have to.
We just let Heroes hot take come full circle.
Right.
That's a fact. So I guess I'm gonna have to throw like I'm definitely throwing Broly in there. Like when I watched that shit, I was on the edge of my couch. That was the only one I told, leave me the fuck alone.
Yo, I've seen so many anime movies in theaters. I've seen all the Marvel movies in theaters. That I've never been in a hyper movie theater crowd than when I saw Dragon Ball Super.
100%. I agree.
That was a game changer. Like I just hope the second part of Super is gonna be animated like that. Like a little bit.
It won't be.
It won't.
But just hoping, like.
Another hot take. Dragon Ball Super is fucking trash, bro.
Oh, you want to hear a hotter take? I got GT over Super.
Yo, dog. Hey, man.
I got GT over Super.
You know what I'm saying? I don't hate that, bro. I don't hate it.
GT over Super, man.
I don't hate it either, man. I don't hate it.
It's okay. Let me take some Fahrenheit off that. I don't think it's trash, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought it would.
GT's got some crazy lore to it too, man.
It does.
That just doesn't happen.
With GT, it feels like they went back to the Dragon Balls. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
with Z, you just got people just pulling up like, yo, I want to scrap, like type shit, like nah, like I'm here for the Dragon Ball story, like go for the adventure, like you know what I mean? Like
yes.
So truth be told, this I can only pick one, so I got to go Broly. My bad, guys.
Hey man, it's all good. It's an honest list, man.
It's an honest list. Appreciate your honesty, Tatiana. You can only pick three. What do you got?
All right. Well, for the sake of brevity,
only pick 3.
Two of mine have already been chosen and expounded on, so that's going to be Akira and Ghost in the Shell.
My sister.
Hold on now, because the resident soccer mom in me is a little offended. So, I literally just watched Spirited Away last night. I was going to say Cowboy Bebop, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to let us go down like this. Yes, I'm a woman. I love Spirited Away. Gets me in my feels.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Crazy. My daughter loves Spirited Away, and she's only 6.
Yes.
And I can't believe that she likes that movie because it's creepy. You know what I'm saying?
Very creepy.
It got that Disney feel, like y'all said earlier.
It does.
Yes.
Man, she loves it. All right, I like it. TJ, you can only keep 3. Which 3 are you picking, brother?
Okay, so a part of me thought about getting Broly because I love it. It helped reignite my love of like Dragon Ball visuals after so much bullshit we had to go through. But I can't. I really can't. Like, cause when I saw that movie in theaters, I thought that was the hypest I'd ever be for an anime movie as an adult. And then the My Hero Academia movie came out.
Woo! Which one though?
Have you seen them? Don't
The
spoil it, please.
second one legit made me cry. And the last time I cried about an anime movie was, of course, Pokemon when Ash got turned stone.
Yo, Ash, yo, real quick
sad.
before you say that, I need Ash to stop trying to shoot the fade with Pokemon with superpowers.
You too. You too.
He does it all the time.
He be trying to straight up scrap with these. Hey man, hey. Also, this is a perfect time.
Lucario knows close combat. So do I. Run them bitches.
This is a perfect time for me to give another oldie but goodie hero hot take. And I finally Nav has done some research, so he's on my team now with this. Y'all niggas need to put some respect on Ash's name. Ash is a phenomenal trainer.
Yo.
If you look at his win-loss record, if you look at his,
so good. He might lose.
He's fantastic. He's James Harden, bro. He'll get you MVP in the regular season. He might take an L in the playoffs. But if you look, somebody did the math on Reddit. If you look at his win percentage in every anime series, it's like 70%. This nigga be dominating, bro. Like he is not trash.
And
I totally agree. Ash Ketchum is like the Christopher Daniels of anime.
Yo, that's the best.
That's such a good comparison.
Like, it takes him a long time to get to the mountaintop, but when he does, it feels so satisfying.
Let's go. And Ash is like a master strategist too, man. But, all right, let's go, man.
Right.
Give us
So yeah, Broly, I can't give it to that in good confidence. As much as I like Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away, I'm more of a Princess Mononoke and Nautica person.
Thank
I
you.
grew up with those movies. I love those movies.
Valley of the Wind.
I also been to Valley of the Wind, man. I used to eat Chinese food and watch that shit when I was in college.
Yeah, bro, that's a great movie.
That is my favorite, like, Miyazaki film. Like, I can't.
Probably my second behind Princess Mononoke.
Sword of the Stranger definitely gets love. Not as much love as it honestly deserves, but that's neither here nor there. I love Cowboy Bebop, but it kind of goes to what Nav was saying. Like, as much as I love the movie, we have the show. And the show kind of hits different than the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. So, Akira, of course, goes on that list no matter what.
Right on.
Akira's like my number 2. Akira's my number 2. My number 3 would be Ninja Scroll.
Let's go.
Great list so far.
But my number 1 is Ghost in the Shell, without a doubt.
Hey.
Like it. Classic.
I've always loved the cyberpunk aesthetic. I grew up with like the manga, getting every OST I could, and just me personally, Major Makoto Kusaragi is my original anime waifu because just as Spike Spiegel once said, I love a woman who can kick my ass.
Yo, TJ.
Hey.
Yo, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yo, TJ, have you seen the Netflix Ghost in the Shell series?
Arise or whatever, right?
We banished that to the Phantom Zone.
I've seen it. I mean, I was just wondering to see if it was good because I was planning on checking it out.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Like, visually, it's great. Story-wise, it can burn in hell.
Damn. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yo, Eric, man, give me what 3 you keeping here, man?
My cat's trying to get in the podcast.
For me, it's difficult. I'm gonna stick to how I just came across them. My very first anime movie was Akira. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The movie hit different, especially because you saw the boobs and it changed my life forever.
Word up.
There was no going back at that. I didn't even know they could do that, bro. So I was the movie found me. I wasn't even looking for the movie, so I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Shorty just popped out, and I was just like, "Yeah, I can do it. I can do this." So I was, you know what I'm saying? So number 3 would definitely be Spirited Away. I mean, not Spirited Away, bugging. Akira, bugging.
It's okay. It's cool.
One woman army over here.
Right.
Hey, I love
Spirited. I'm gonna have to go with the Naruto movie only because I feel like you finally get to see Naruto in the way I think we all secretly wanted to see him in a mature way.
Man, look, bro.
Yep. Yes.
And I wanted to pick it so bad, I just couldn't pick it over the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Naruto is definitely like how he's supposed to be in that film.
That's super facts, man.
Right, because
everybody
he had hands.
Right, and you would think that they would show it more in the show. Naruto is straight up using taijutsu finally in this movie, and it's something that we all
Yo,
wanted to
yo,
do.
you barely hear. Yo, bro, he ain't out there saying nothing about yo, no, my bro. He's out here straight fighting, calm,
Yes.
focused, like kind of had that maturity that Sasuke had in the early series. Like he was focused, bro, and that was dope too, because I think secretly when we look at certain shows, we always want to see. So, like, prime example, like just a real quick example. I think we always want to see, like, from Aang, we wanted to see, instead of seeing Korra, we wanted to see the process of like what Aang was like after. We always want to see.
And then they teased us by giving us adult Aang flashbacks, but we didn't see how he got there. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Still don't know what happened to what's his name's mom.
Yeah.
I think you got to read the books.
Oh, Zuko. I read the books. I know what happened to Zuko's mom. It's pretty.
They explain what happened. Those books will make you cry.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, so I have to explain it another day.
Well, yeah, you don't have to do a segment on that. But yeah, so I really got to. I'm glad I got to see that. Number one for me, I'm gonna go the Cowboy Bebop movie because I'm gonna tell y'all why. So, my father was the one who started putting me onto Bruce Lee movies. So when we do is he won't hit Blockbuster every Friday. Bro, I seen we will see them Bruce. Shout out to Blockbuster, right? Kids will never know.
Cloud.
Man, for sure.
Shout out to Rewinding, the best part.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen that part? No. Gotta go back. So we would go to Blockbuster, get the Bruce Lee movies, and the thing was that was the first time I seen a Bruce Lee influence used that way. Because when Spike, I saw when Spike did the step kick on
the intro. Yes.
Bro, I was just like, yo, this is so dope. So it was so crazy to see that influence transfer from one of my like life heroes to like an anime character. Because I'm telling you, like, Spike, like the fight was so dope to me. Then I was just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like that carried me into where I am now. Because you get to see that everything that we see is influences from something else.
100%.
So I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like seeing Spike in that, and there was no prequel to that. So I mean, sequel to that. So I mean, I was just like, yo, like that's the one that I was just like, yo, man, anime's a world in itself, and you can get influence from it.
Absolutely, so, man.
Those are my three.
That's dope. And shout out to the scene where Spike is fighting. What's her name?
Shorty.
Electra,
yeah, with the mop.
Yo, right,
Bruh,
and just
crazy.
Right, I think it was crazy because like yo, he's out here when he hopped the train. Well, bro, first he hopped over the Police Academy, and then he just, I'm like, how y'all not shoot this man, yo? He built like Usain Bolt, bro.
Yeah, Spike is superhuman, man.
He's dope.
Jay Jones, man, what three you picking, bro?
All right, so this one was kind of easy for me because it's just a few lines here. I've seen most of them, but it's just a few lines here. But it's funny because they actually put me on Ninja Scroll when y'all was talking about them in the earlier episodes. When I seen Cuz head get split with that sword at the beginning, so it's going to be tight. This ain't about to be crazy.
that move, Ninja Scroll has possibly the most violent opening to an anime film ever in history.
For real.
It's literally raining blood in the forest.
Drinking it?
Yeah, that joke was crazy.
Unbelievable.
And then proceeds to commit sexual assault.
Bro, and then Jubei was kind of just chilling there. Hey. my man noticed him. He didn't. He noticed him. And then he stopped.
Right. Hey, Jubei out here. hey, hold on, man. It's 2020, bro. Jubei out here being complicit with fucking sexual assault. Goddamn, fuck that,
bro. Right. Come on, Jubei, do better. All right, Jay.
All right. After that, I'm gonna have to put Dragon Ball. These ain't in a particular order. But I mean, that movie was fire. You know, like y'all said earlier, fights and all that was crazy in that joint. And I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboy Bebop. I mean,
let's go.
You know, speaks for itself. It's a great anime.
Yes, sir. Hey, Black Gear, man, what three you keeping, bro?
All right. Before I do my top three, I gotta throw in one honorable mention. I gotta throw in the last Naruto the movie.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a big music guy. I mean, I love music, especially anime music. But this movie opens with Naruto's main theme as a little boy, and you hear it in the last scene. I was like, his story is over. It's complete.
Yeah, bro.
It's
the last was the final piece of Naruto. You got everything.
You gotta throw in his main theme. I mean, you have to. And the way that the composer did it, oh, it was incredible. Okay, but getting to my top three. I'm about to make some of y'all, my Miyazaki movies fans, pretty upset because I have only seen one Miyazaki movie, and it's my all-time favorite, and it's not on this list.
What is it?
And The Castle of Cagliostro.
Oh,
it's very
that's a deep cut.
Movie. Hey! That's like my all-time favorite Miyazaki movie because I am a die-hard Lupin the Third fan. I mean, I love it.
Yeah. Have you seen the Blood Spray of Gomar?
Dude, oh man, that
movie.
To it, it was great. I mean, but Goemon,
but the fight at the end, he slices my man's arm off, but my man, he lets him cut off like a whole chunk of his arm.
Yeah, that's just like gross.
Crazy animation, bro. Crazy animation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and a little side plug. I recently made a Lupin the Third album, basically the same third music, and I'll throw in the link in the chat later. But going to my top three, I'm gonna have to go with the one anime that pretty much started this whole anime craze in America, and that has to be Akira. And like Hiro said, that's also one of my favorite anime movies. And another plug, I also made another beat tape sampling Akira.
Word up. It's dope. Yeah, put the links in the
Yeah,
chat.
I'm gonna need to hear some of those.
No problem. And for number two, I gotta throw in Broly because to me, Dragon Ball Z, when I was a little boy, that wasn't just a TV show. There wasn't another anime. There wasn't just a phenomenon that pretty much unloaded onto America. That was my life. I mean, I was obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, like everywhere. That's all I could think. Kept getting the music, the posters, T-shirts, anything.
Shout out to Trunks.
I'm not gonna talk about that. So let's just leave that in the dead zone or whatever.
That's the dead zone. I'm done.
Yeah.
That shit trash.
Okay, so
the Bridge saved that movie so well.
What's that?
The Bridge saved the Dead Zone movie so well.
I haven't seen the abridged.
It's funny.
But I will when I get a chance. Okay, so for my number third, it's a tie between Ghost in the Shell and Cowboy Bebop. And I know. Okay. And as much as I love Ghost in the Shell, I love the animation and the philosophy behind it. I gotta go with Cowboy Bebop. I mean, I love the animation.
That movie is such a good movie, bro.
It is. It really is. And the music by Yoko Kanno, man, she was like in top 4.
Hold on a minute. Wait a second. Y'all just said a hero keyword.
Yes.
What's the keyword?
We got to put some respect on Queen Mother Yoko Kanno. Queen Mother, goddammit. She is not only one of the greatest, like anime producers, composers. She is one of the greatest musicians of all time. She is.
You got Hero out here having a Vicky Guerrero moment with some "Excuse me."
I had to go grab the mic from off camera.
Hero. I got another composer for you to check out. She's basically, I would say, right behind Yoko Kanno, and that would be Yuki Kajiura. I don't know if
I don't know her name, but what has she done?
Oh, she's done like a lot. Most particularly, Noveliss is your personal favorite. She's done Demon Slayer.
Okay.
She's
still not watched that.
Very good.
Demon Slayer
is fantastic.
Yeah, no, Demon Slayer was beautiful.
One of the best opening themes in anime. like ever, honestly.
Yeah.
Already.
Also,
So,
shout out to God of High School. I love that like K-pop sort of. You
yeah,
kind of that shit be pumping. Goddamn it! Like we finna goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
You know, when you hear that opening thing, it's like, "Bet it's time to fight."
It is. I love it. And like I said before, I said on an earlier episode, I don't remember which one, but the way that I saw Demon Slayer was I watched it the first episode, the first week it came out on accident because I was going through the shows on Crunchyroll and I just saw it and I was like, oh, it looks dope, and I clicked on it, and then the opening is what made me like, oh wow, okay, I need to pay attention to this and I need to watch this show. You know what I'm saying? The opener is so good. But,
it's kind of funny. My little brother actually put me onto Demon Slayer because I never even heard of it until he saw it, and then he told me to check it out. And then
the manga's good too.
I'll look into that.
The manga's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very good. So yeah, man, that's dope. All right, we're about to get into everybody's favorite part of the show. If you're listening or watching, it is time for the top 5 of the day. And this is really dope because we're doing a top 5 free-for-all. Everybody that's listening, all the guests, our fans here, we're just going to give a random top 5 of our choice. It doesn't matter what it is. We're just going to fire off a top 5, just to kind of let everybody know what we're interested in and everything. So I will start this one off. So
hold on really quick. I'm realizing now that when I sent the email out, I might not have been as explicitly clear as I maybe should have. Okay. The goal was for y'all to come up with your own top 5s and just like have them ready now, right?
Yeah.
Are we all good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So.
Cool.
Word up. So I'm gonna keep it quick because we got a full house here, so we're just gonna kind of run through these with a little explanation. So the top 5 that I chose to give you guys is, surprisingly, I can't believe we have not done this on this show. I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 favorite fighting games ever.
Oh,
now time to cause some controversy.
Now let's go, man. I'm a child of the '90s. I'm a pocket full of quarters at the arcade.
Arcade millionaire.
Grind fest fighting game player. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5 favorite fighting games ever. Off the top, I have to give one honorable mention. Just one. My honorable mention is going to be King of Fighters Dream Match 98.
Let's go.
Dream Match, classic game, sweet soundtrack. Terry Bogard. Man, I love King of Fighters. I love King of Fighters so much. Rising Taco. Right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, bro. That's my honorable mention, but I'm gonna just get into this list right now. Let's go. Coming in at number 5, I gotta go with Capcom versus SNK. Man, love the game.
Not two.
Okay, so here we go. Everybody talks about the second one, which I do love the second one, but the first one is the one that is special to me because I remember the day I got it on Dreamcast. And then the second one wasn't on Dreamcast. I had the second one for
Xbox, I think.
I think I had it on GameCube actually.
Really?
GameCube, yeah.
I never had it because I didn't have Xbox, but it came out
on PlayStation.
But Capcom vs. SNK, super. Just you talk about pairing up the 2 best fighting game universes, amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Definitely.
They had the little setting on there where you could adjust which style you wanted the art to be in.
Man, that was so fire, so
fire. Crazy, bro. So that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4. I got Garou, Mark of the Wolves, man.
Let's go.
Fire animation for a game that came out at that time. Fire animation.
Eric, super accurate, bro. That game had amazing just graphics, animations. Everything looked so good. And then it was like let's go, man. Let's get Terry with the winter jacket on.
Thanks.
No hat. You know what I'm saying? Terry.
A power wave with the coat flapping.
Yes, sir. and then we get one of the sweetest fighting game characters ever, Rock Howard.
Hell yeah.
Fire name.
Yeah, Rock Howard. Super dope name, super dope character. And just the story, I always tell you, Hero, Terry is an upstanding gentleman, bro. My man raised he raised your boy's kid, man, and he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really dope. He raised
That nigga voted for Donald Trump.
He did, bro. Look, don't you dare confuse Terry with Paul Phoenix, bro. You stop it right
Yeah, no, for sure. Paul Phoenix is at a MAGA rally. Yo, Paul Phoenix is at a MAGA rally right now.
Paul Phoenix and Vince McMahon are special guests and speaking at the MAGA.
I was about to say that.
Paul, come here. Paul says he's gonna punch all those niggers in the face.
Oh,
That's my number 4, man. Coming in at number 3, this is probably the game that this game definitely changed probably all our lives. Sweetest soundtrack. I remember putting this in and just hearing hip hop and being like, "Yo, what are we doing right now?" Street Fighter Third Strike, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
Street Fighter Third
the greatest Street Fighter.
Damn, I love that game, man.
No question. Such an amazing game. So super dope characters, man. Good.
Alex the GOAT.
Let's go, Alex the pro
10
wrestler.
masters over everybody,
Alex,
bro.
Yo,
Let's go, man. Let them know, Eric.
Masters
over everybody.
Alex
was a beast on that game.
He was. Alex was out there drop kicking cats, V-triggering cats, clotheslining, tornado DDT. The tornado DDT was nasty on there.
Looking like Brock Lesnar with hanging. Oh, yo, he didn't even say much. You just like, weak.
Yeah. Bro, the theme, bro.
Wow.
Third Strike, yo. Fire.
Great.
Hold on. I don't think we can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Lost audio.
Can't hear you.
I can see you. Just can't hear you.
You waving.
Can't hear you.
Still can't hear you.
Hear me
I can hear you now, yes. Now we're back.
There we go. All right, my bad. So yeah, man, number 3, Street Fighter Third Strike. Also, sneaky good cover. I love the cover to that game.
Hell yeah.
It's
Which one? There's a few, isn't there?
I like it is a few of them. I like the one with Ryu standing there. Mm-hmm. It's just a real dope, just a real simple, dope cover.
Niggas just look real stoic, like, nigga, I'm ready to fight, goddamn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
My number 2, man. My number 2 favorite fighting game ever. Me and Hero both FGC guys. Okay, fighting game community. Some people, for some reason, don't put the respect on this game that it deserves. This is a fighting game. It's a fighting.
Not even a question.
It's a fighting franchise. I'm going Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Boom.
Let's go, man.
Yep.
I love Super Smash Melee.
Yes.
I have won 2 tournaments in that game. That's one of my favorites.
Yo,
you love telling that. Yo, not love
time,
bro.
No. But I gotta ask now. Who's your main in Melee then? Who's your main in Melee?
Ness and Kirby, man. That's my Ness and Kirby on Melee all day. Those are my mains.
I feel you.
And you know, some people don't prefer Melee because the speed is just crazy. It's the fastest.
But that's what makes it fun.
That's what I love. It's chaotic, and I love Smash Melee. But my number 1, I mean, I'm pretty sure every single one of y'all know this. My number 1 favorite fighting game of all time is easy: Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Take it for
Yeah. You mean the only Marvel vs. Capcom where Ken gets featured? Because Capcom's hating on Ken Master.
Yeah.
They do.
Yo,
I wonder why.
I maintain that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has the greatest video game soundtrack of all. Second favorite. Obviously, Shinmu is number 1, but number 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
It's so good, man. I mean, you go to the stages and the music is unexpectedly good on like.
It's so good, man. It's like this weird like acid jazz,
it's like house music.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I gotta look into this.
Yeah, it's dope, man. So yeah, that's my top 5, man. My top 5 favorite fighting games. These guys. Number 5, Capcom vs. SNK. Number 4, Mark of the Wolves 3. Third Strike 2, Smash Melee. Number 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And real quick, man, my go-to squad of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Strider, Jin, and Captain Commando. Then sometimes I like to throw Captain America in there. Sometimes I throw Sun in there. Monkey. Charging Star.
Right. Stars and Stripes.
Stars. Hey, and he says it with like the frustration of like beating you. Stars and Stripes.
Captain America's a sleeper, bro.
You gonna stand for that national anthem?
Quick question.
Hey.
Yeah. What? Quick question. What game is Jin from?
He was from this old game. And it was I can't remember the name of the game, which is gonna bother me. But in the game, it was like a mech fighter game. Like they were controlling.
Robotech or something like that.
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
It's not Robotech, but it's something like that. Yeah.
It was a dope game because I had it. But and they had it at the arcades a lot too around the time we were growing up. And that's what a mech. Yeah, it's a mech fighter game. It was dope. There's another sweet character that was in that game too, but I can't remember his name. But that's my top 5. Hero, what you got, man?
I'm about to run through this really quick. My top 5 is hella boring. It's hella boring. Well, the topic is boring, but it's on my mind right now. As you can see, we got the Lakers and the Rockets. The Lakers currently stomping the Rockets.
Too.
So I'm gonna just go with my top 5 NBA players right now, not of all time, but right now.
I gotta hear this. I like it.
Yeah. So
right now.
Right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give 3 honorable mentions. You already know, like obviously I love the Detroit Pistons. They've been trashed for 150 years, but we'll be back. No worries. So I gotta give one Piston some love. I'm a really big fan of Luke Kennard. Okay.
Nice.
You actually niggas.
Hey, look, you already know how I feel about Luke.
Luke, he can play. So obviously we didn't pick Donovan Mitchell. Obviously Donovan Mitchell is way better. Obviously we should have picked him. Whatever, what's done is done. We can't go back in time. Luke Kennard can hoop though. I expect big things out of him next year.
He went to college for 4 years.
Right.
You talking about? Oh, right. You talking about Donovan Mitchell?
No. Yo, I like people sleep on the fact that depending on the program makes the player.
For sure, and Luke was only at Duke for 2 years, but he can really hoop. I'm a big fan. So then speaking of white players, I gotta go with Luka, man. A lot of people. Yeah, hey, look, Luka's for real, man.
Honorable mention.
Wow. I'll explain why. I mean, he's in my honorable mention. I love Luka. He's the real deal. And it wouldn't be Hero if I didn't give y'all a woke hot take. Right. I think so go ahead.
No, I should have suggested this earlier. Next time you get a woke alert, just use the Hypnotoad sound.
I love that. So I used to think that, and I still do, I think that the NBA has one of the most progressive fan bases, and like the way that the NBA is covered is very progressive when it comes to race relations, when it comes to how the media covers the players. I think they do a damn good job. Much better than the NFL, much better than in MLB. However, the emergence of Luka Doncic has exposed that these NBA writers have been horny as fuck for a white superstar for so long. And the way look, the way that they talk about and listen, I love Luka. I think he is a great player already. I think he is an MVP caliber player already. But
so you think they just blown him out of like super
No. I don't think they blow him out of proportion. I think he's deserving of the credit. But the conversation around how they talk about Luka is very interesting because he's such a high.
Hey, we finally got one type shit.
Well, it's not. It's that. And
he's
also,
the next Larry Bird.
And also it's like the way he's a high IQ player. He's a great shooter. He's all of these very coded language for excellent white excellence. When if you look at Luka's game, he's not actually a good shooter. And in terms of his basketball IQ, he takes terrible shots and turns the ball over a lot. He plays, you know who he plays more like than anybody else?
Yeah.
He plays like James Harden more than he does Larry Bird, more than he does LeBron.
Just slower.
He's a slower, slightly less skilled 6'9" version of James Harden.
He's a master. He's a master of pacing, though. You know what I mean?
For sure,
I love that
for sure.
So
And he has an amazing feel for the game. But my point is, if we're going to talk about if that is technically basketball IQ when it comes to Luka, then you got to keep that same energy with James Harden, because he plays the exact same way. He breaks down the defender. He either shoots a step back three when he gets open, or he breaks down the defender and gets an assist. That's the exact same thing Luka does, except he just does it slower and more like white guy, so it like looks more amazing.
Yeah, he got that European game. He's been playing since he was 16.
Right. But that being said,
pro since he was 16.
The other side of that take, just to kind of tell you, I'm fighting fair. I'm being nuanced in my blackity black take, is that black folks, we tend to like undersell Luka a little bit because some of us aren't ready for a white superstar. Like, nah, that nigga Luka can really fucking hoop. Like he is that good. It's time to put some respect on his name. All right. So that said, Jamal Murray is also in my honorable mention. He obviously really kind of had a coming out party.
Oh my God, crazy.
He did. He broke Kawhi off yesterday. Speaking of which, it's at number 5, Kawhi Leonard. Listen. If Kawhi and the Clippers win a championship, then you have to, by definition, start putting him in the GOAT conversation. You have to. If he wins finals MVP and a championship for 3 different teams all in the same era, I don't think anybody's ever done that. LeBron is the only other person. Nope. LeBron is the only other person who has an opportunity to do that this year. And if either one, I mean, LeBron is already in the GOAT conversation, but if Kawhi does that, I'm not saying that his legacy is on the same level as LeBron's because he hasn't done it for nearly as long, but you have to start having that conversation at least, I think. Is his game super boring?
It's his first year on a new team and all that. Like, he's going to do the same thing he did with the Raptors. Like, to me, that was just unbelievable.
Is his game super boring, and is he kind of boring to watch? Yeah, but that nigga be getting buckets, and he's super effective. Like, it is what it is. So, moving on to the top 4, I got to go with my son from Michigan. Devin Booker. I know he went to Kentucky, was raised in Mississippi, but he is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm claiming him. That's my son, Devin Booker, bro. Love his game.
Play like Brandon Roy.
Yeah, but I think he's smoother than Brandon Roy, bro. I think he's got a couple more tricks in his bag. He's a little bit he's not as athletic, but he's got a little bit more like in between game. He can really flat out score. I mean, he scored 70 points against a Celtics team that was trying their best to stop him because they were vying for playoff position. A lot of people be like, anybody, like it was the end of the season, they had nothing. Bro, them niggas was trying to get their seating right. They were trying their best to stop him, and they couldn't. He was busting their ass.
You think he's staying on the Suns?
We'll see. I don't know.
The way they played in the bubble, I think they should consider that, because now I think my fault here, because I think teams are starting to realize you can't try that everybody can't do what the rest of the league is doing. You got to focus on your culture within the team, because Utah is doing well from building, and Denver. And Denver, and even like with Phoenix, they sweat. They went undefeated.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right.
They have first overall draft picks for like the last couple of years. Like, it's just been, so they should be stacked. Like,
right. If only the Pistons learn how to draft their players a little bit better.
Yo, I'm in the same boat with you. My Knicks be fucking up everything.
Right. All right. So my number 3, I gotta go with Dame. Dame time. Damian Lillard. I mean, listen, I love guards. I played guard in college.
That's my number 2, man.
I love shooters. I love his attitude, man. From Oakland, from the Bay, very much like, about his business when he plays. I'm just a huge fan of Dame. Controversial number 2, even though his team has shit the bed in a historic fashion. I gotta show love to Giannis, bro.
The semi-truck driver down the lane in the playoffs.
See what's happening is Giannis' reputation getting destroyed because of this, because of how bad his team is playing. It's not Giannis's fault. They just don't. Yeah, it's two things. It's two things.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
They need a bucket getter.
They need somebody that's better than Chris Middleton that can go get a basket and not Giannis. Giannis, if you look at his numbers,
Chris Middleton went off today.
Yeah, he did. But every time he scores, he you know, he reminds me of Tayshaun Prince, but a better shooter. He like
handle.
With a better handle, because every time he scores, he grinds the offense down to a standstill, and then he scores. He's a good isolation scorer, but when he does it, the offense is not flowing. And so you need a guy who's going to be able to get you a bucket, like clear out. I'm gonna make a move, whop whop, and I'm going to the basket, or I'm pulling up, right? Like they need a guy like that. Because Giannis, if you look at his stats, like he aside from the games where he got hurt, he's been putting up 29 and 14. He been dominating, but he can't do it by himself without anybody who's going to. Right. And then number one, no surprise here, Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. Even though he's been hurt, you know, bro, what you making faces for, Rails? What's the problem?
That's the next
fan
for you.
League, man. I don't know, man.
What's the problem, bro?
Hey, man.
Of all time,
I give him credit for changing the whole game.
And he's the greatest shooter of all time because the way that he is able to do it in every way possible.
I agree with that.
Catch a shoot, no matter.
Impossible to guard. So yeah, there we go. My top five: Kawhi, Devin Booker, Dame, Giannis, and number one, Steph Curry. Boom.
I like it. Rails, give me that top five, man. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna do top five anime protagonist. No.
I'm ready.
I was just protagonist. Top five protagonists. Honorable mention.
Go for it.
Naruto.
Okay.
Honorable mention for me. Like, truth be told, recently I just finished Naruto. Like, I wasn't big on it when it first came out. I was like, I got shit out of here. He like Goku. Like, get him out of here. Another honorable mention is Seth from Radiant. I don't know if y'all ever checked that out.
Oh, yo. So I when Radiant first came out, I was watching.
I think I wrote you about that.
Yeah, I was watching it, but I stopped. I think when something else came out and it threw me off from finishing it. Is it good?
It's good. Like I still didn't start the second season, but the first season was great.
I watched the first.
It reminds me of Fairy Tail a little bit. That's why.
I'm watching that right now with my little brother.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, so my number five is Tanya from Yojo Senki. Y'all ever heard of that? It's a little short anime series. That's something y'all can watch. 13 episodes. It is great. Like, it's from the first episode, you're like thrown into like war, like straight battle. Now number four is
great.
Yeah, even the movie that just came out is like it's fantastic. Like, number four is Don.
Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna be an asshole just for the sake of time here. I'm gonna be an asshole mediator and make the request that as we give our top fives, if we can save the like commentary until the end of the top five, and then we can have a moment to kind of discuss, just so we can go through them a little bit smoother. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah.
No problem.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. So number four is Gone from Hunter x Hunter.
Hey.
Number three is Ippo from Hamajino Ippo.
Hey.
Ever watched it?
Classic.
Number two is Goku, childhood, of course. Like, you know, the God. Number one, y'all be shitting on my guy. Nah, I gotta get my shit up.
I don't know, man. If Goku's God, I'm an atheist.
Monkey D. Let's go. One Piece in the building. Y'all be shitting on my guy. Like I said, my favorite. Y'all be shitting on me.
Man. Hey, bro, if you don't find that treasure, boy, you've been looking for that treasure for 20 years, man.
No, I'm here for that, man.
How about your man's that still getting
if you want to be real. See, I hate
your man's that can't swim.
That's how I know you from New York.
Hey, man, get Luffy some floaties. Get Luffy some floaties, man. He needs floaties.
I know the reason why he can't swim, but
get the boy a life jacket, man. Get him a life.
But yeah, like. The length of One Piece,
I'm fine with it. You better find the YMCA instead of that treasure.
I gave One Piece 50. Bro, I gave One Piece 50 episodes. 50. And it still didn't get popping. And I was like, you know what, bro? I'm good. I'm all set.
I gave One Piece like 300 episodes.
That sounds less of a
Not gonna be able to.
More you,
Not gonna be able to do it.
Hey yo, real quick. Hey yo, so before we move on to Tatiana, Rails, I do want to ask you this. Like, when did you start watching One Piece? Like, were you on it from the?
All right.
I
started watching One Piece when I was little. Like I was like,
words. Okay, so
like the 4 Kids
like when it first came out. But. As a kid, you're watching it. You don't really, you're not keeping up.
No,
with it, so
I get it. I understand though, because I feel like the bridge and the gap is what I feel like the reason that there's such a gap and the people, because I don't know anybody who just moderately enjoys One Piece. They either love it or they hate it.
I love One Piece.
Right. But I feel like it's because it's either you started off watching it and you've been there for a while, so you appreciate it, or it's you heard so much about it and you also heard that it's like 2,000 episodes. So you go to watch it, and then if it doesn't get your attention by the first couple episodes, you're like, man, I'm not watching all these episodes.
I don't know, because like when I restarted it, because I was a kid watching it, like I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like to me, that was just another like anime.
Had all the time in the world.
Yeah, so like I stopped watching it for like 13 years. Like went back, it was like 600 episodes deep. I was like, yeah, I'm here for it. Just watched every single episode. I'm caught up. The Wano arc is beautiful. Hero, stop on your head.
Wano's animation's much better, but I got a little like question after, but let everybody else go. That's fine. What up, Tatiana? What you got?
All right. To keep in line with my Twitter handle, Flower Blight Gannon.
Greatest handle of all time, by the way.
Thank
so
you.
dope. So dope.
Also, shout out to you for having the best audio other than Hero.
I'm telling y'all,
Damn,
JBL, get you some JBL.
Your mic sounds
I can hook my shit up. My bad.
Y'all good, man. Hers just sounds better than including mine.
I have gone with my top 5 Legend of Zelda games, and
shit clear.
Yes.
I'm super here for this.
This is going to be console-only games, and then my honorable mentions are going to, unfortunately, have to be the originals, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, simply because I was born in the very early 90s. I won't give my age away, but was not able to play those and be, I guess, grown enough for those. So these are all games I actually have been able to play myself. So 5 is going to be Twilight Princess, and that is to kick out the trash that I call Skyward Sword.
Wow.
Hated it.
Hated it.
4 is Majora's Mask.
Fire.
Okay, I was gonna say it's probably low for somebody. I know I'm gonna get like tomatoes thrown at me. 3 is Wind Waker. And then that leaves 2 as Breath of the Wild.
Oh!
And 1 is Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
She's smart. She's smart, Jesus.
Let's go. Hey, real quick. Let me ask you this. Does the difficulty of Majora's Mask with the timing have anything to do with it not being higher on the list?
Correct. Even though Ocarina of Time was as difficult, that was pretty hard. I was
Water Tower, bro. Hero.
God. Yeah, like 4 or 5 at the time. So I need a little bit of help, but have gone back and since replayed. It's an awesome game.
Yeah.
Tatiana, I want to give you some more time to talk about this, but I don't hate that. Like for me, and I'm sure you knew what I was thinking. I give a slight edge to Breath of the Wild, just because of like, I don't know, dog. It just was a little bit better to me, just a little bit. But Ocarina of Time was the Zelda game that like got me like, oh, like this is what Zelda is about.
Yes.
And it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So if you wouldn't mind breaking it down a little bit more, why Ocarina of Time over Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild was a really great open world game, and you got to make it whatever you wanted to make it, and that was great. However, I am into Zelda games for the puzzles, the dungeons, the sitting there and thinking about something for hours, unfortunately. sometimes. And Breath of the Wild did not give me that. I made it through the shrines and the divine beasts, I think, a little too easily in comparison to some of the other games. I wanted a little bit more of the challenge, and I'm hoping that the sequel does bring that. I don't know if they're going to bring back dungeons. I don't know how they're going to do that, I guess, keeping that open world element. But that's the only reason why, is because I know I can play Ocarina of Time and kind of be stuck on something. So, yeah.
Right. Nice. Good. TJ, man, what you got for us, bro?
Ooh, because I've been like picking my brain at it while you all were talking. So I think I'm going to go with my original choice when I first saw the post and go with my top 5 talkers in all of professional wrestling.
Okay.
So honorable mention right off the bat, because I honestly don't think he gets enough credit for how well he can like sell something verbally. Low-key Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. I agree. Like, I hate Dolph Ziggler, but I'm here for that though, because he is underappreciated on the mic.
Why are you calling?
He's probably one of the, next to Rob Van Dam. He's like the greatest when it comes to selling moves, because it's like you'll see a normal DDT, absolutely, like okay, he's fine. You see Dolph sell it, it's like okay, so fatality.
Yeah. Dolph sells the monkey flip better than anybody. He takes like that extra turn and lands on his face.
I would say John Morrison sells the monkey flip a little bit better.
Does he do the same?
Dolph Ziggler, the best seller in the game, man.
True.
All right, so let's go.
Let's see. So going straight through it, like Hero said, number 5, I'm gonna give to The Rock.
Okay.
Number 4. Number 4, I'm gonna give to Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Hey, Latino Heat.
This is a good.
Number 3, I'm gonna give to Chris Jericho, specifically WCW Chris Jericho.
I canceled Chris Jericho because he said all lives matter on social media, so I actually don't know who Chris Jericho is.
Oh, you funny. Number 2 is Roddy Piper.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good pick.
And number 1 is more of a super personal choice, but I gotta give it to him. My number 1 talker is Eddie Kingston.
Yo, let's go.
That's a fire pick.
Great pick. Great
that's
pick,
a fire
bro.
pick.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'm here for that. Eddie Kingston is a legend on the mic, bro.
Yeah, no, like, so I love all of those. Like, of course, we're going to eliminate Chris Jericho because of reasons, but I love all of them. I grew up with all of them. But when I really got into the independents, like right before I got into high school, I saw all these wrestlers who caught my attention, like the ACHs, the Shane Stricklands, the Sami Callahans. But Eddie Kingston has constantly been like, if I can see a match, if I can see a promo, if I can see a visual and it involves Eddie Kingston, I'm watching it with the wholehearted intensity. Like so something about Eddie just has that realism. Like you can't tell if it's like work or actual him speaking, but it just does something.
What up? And I gotta just real quick before we move on to Eric, I had a funny story about Eddie Kingston. I took my son to an Evolve show to see Walter and Tommaso Ciampa, and Eddie Kingston had a match. And my son, when he was coming out, my son was standing on my shoulders. He was on my shoulders, and he was like booing him and telling me suck. Eddie Kingston pointed at him and told him to shut up. It was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious, man. Shout out to Eddie.
Yeah, no, but Eddie's my top choice, and I'm glad he's getting the credit he deserves in AEW now.
Yeah, I agree. Good picks. Eric, man, what you got, bro?
I think y'all gonna like this. It was hard to choose. I'm gonna see if I could word this correctly. So, I did a top 5 most influential anime characters. That's most life influential anime characters. So anime characters that have inspired you to how you carry yourself in your day to day.
Hey, we might have to have to
steal that. Yeah,
we might have to steal that.
Yeah. I've been meaning to Gmail y'all that, but I had to hold it.
That's a good one. All right, I'm interested.
So I'm gonna run through them now. Explain. So I'm gonna start off with Spike Spiegel. Spike. Right. The scene that. All right. So I'm gonna run. You said run through the list and then explain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got Spike Spiegel at number 5. Kenshin Himura number 4.
Batosai.
Kisuke Urahara from Bleach.
Hey.
Okay.
It's my guy. I couldn't choose between Jin and Mugen, so I didn't choose him. I couldn't choose.
That's what Hero goes through every time we talk about that.
Every single time.
So yeah, I couldn't do it, but I couldn't leave one without the other. So instead, I went with Jing Freaks, Gong's Pops.
Ooh.
Number 2.
That's an interesting choice.
That is really interesting.
I gotta know why you did that. Okay.
Yeah. And then number 1 for me, like the number 1 character who's had the biggest influence on my life is Uchiha Itachi.
Okay. The true Hokage.
The true Hokage.
The true Shadow Hokage.
True. I mean, to really pick some that stand out to me, I'll just talk about one for the sake of time. The biggest one with Itachi was because you got a character who was stuck between doing what people wanted him to do and being honest with himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what was so interesting dynamic was you're thinking about. It's so wild because I used to think the Uchiha clan reminded me of what Black people are going through, being oppressed.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
In a sense, not saying it's the same exact thing, but oppression and what could come from that oppression and
100%, bro. Yeah.
And me also being an older brother, one of the things that stood out to me that Tasha said was, even if I had to become the obstacle that you would go through, I will always look out for you. Because I'm an older brother of I'm an older brother. I have 4 behind me, and I can't be present in their lives. They don't know that I could how I'm being there and how I go about things is really to promote them, because the reality is we want to be there for all of our family, but you gotta learn how to love people from a distance. And I think one of the quotes I heard, I was listening to this dude. He said sometimes the worst thing you could do to someone is help them. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg theory. Like if you help a chicken out of the egg, it won't survive on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel me? And then and just to kind of, I know y'all was interested when I say Jing.
Yeah.
Jing, it was so wild because I think I pay attention to just kind of how you live your life. You're a father too, and how you've had the it was in really the Mike Swords album how you discussed trying to be the man of the house and still chasing dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting because Jing chose his purpose, which ultimately led to his child. I mean, not resenting to his father, but under why? Why is my father choosing this? And
then
you follow his footsteps.
When you okay, so I've never heard anybody talk about Jing like that, and now I get it, right? Like he kind of, and then he laid the steps there for Gom to follow him and do his thing. So
still parenting, there's so many ways to parent, bro. Like there's no perfect parent.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the most important episode is the last episode where Gom and him had that conversation, because he broke down why. He was like, this is why I was doing it, because I want more out of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Itachi and Jin really just standing out. The other 3 cool, don't get me wrong, but those 2, especially because I'm 30 years young though. I don't have kids yet, but I pay attention to I listen to you and Hero, and just I even watch. I'm just like, man, sometimes it's you don't know whether you're doing the right thing or wrong thing, but there's no such thing as a wrong right when you're attentive to.
Yes, sir. I agree, man.
So
good.
That's my list, man.
Very dope picks. Jay Jones, what you got, man?
All right, so for mine, I chose top 5 PS2 games. I got a pretty crazy PS2 game.
Right on.
All right, so I'm gonna just run through these. All right, so for my number 5, I kind of chose 2. I did Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. All right. Number 4, I did Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Yep.
That joint is fire. Number 3, I got Capcom vs SNK 2 on here.
Fire.
Number 2, I got Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original
The
Battlefront
original.
2.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
The
Yeah.
one that matters.
Amazing game. Amazing game.
For
Man, I
real.
love that game. That's a good choice.
And then for number 1, I mean, my number 5 probably gonna change a lot because I play my PS2 a lot. But for my number 1 right now, I got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. That's like my favorite game of all time.
Splinter Cell games are dope.
There ain't nothing better than, I don't know, sneaking up behind somebody, you know what I mean? Snapping their neck. I don't know, man. I love them things.
One of those, hero, yeah.
Splinter Cell was dope. So let me ask you this: if what's my man's name? Sam from Splinter Cell.
Sam Fisher.
Yeah, Sam Fisher.
Sam Fisher versus.
Y'all niggas be careful now. Hold on a second. Be careful.
What you got? Jay Jones only. Jay Jones only. Sam Fisher versus Snake. Who wins?
Okay, I gotta base it off of the way that the games is. Like, me and my friend actually had this argument all the time.
Word up. So let's say that Sam is like basically Snake is his target. So Sam is pursuing Snake using stealth and trying to get the kill on Snake.
Word. I feel like, I mean, if you base it off the way that the games is, I would say Snake does, because everybody on that game, you got to shoot them with rocket launchers and all that to get them, you know what I mean, the bosses and all that. They like superhuman on that joint. On Splinter Cell, you could just pop a nigga and it's over. Like, the main just pop him. I mean, if you do it like that, you know what I mean?
Hey,
my favorite too is Sam Fisher. I'm going to have to go with Sam Fisher, but I feel like, you know, Snake will probably.
I just had to make sure you niggas said the right answer, guys. Solid Snake only. Or actually, Big Boss would have gave that nigga the problems too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jay Jones, dope list. Black Gear, what you got, man?
All right, so like I said earlier, big music guy. So my top 5 is my top 5 movie soundtracks.
Hey,
woo! Hey, I just want to say,
excellent.
Y'all all picked very unique, very dope things, man. So thank you for that. All right, let's
By comparison, our shit was boring as fuck.
It was so bland, man. Stop.
Okay. All right. So I'm doing 5 to 1, and starting with number 5, I'm going with Blade 2.
Okay.
All right, and number 4, I'm going with the Spawn soundtrack with Michael Jai White.
Damn, I forgot about Spawn. Wow.
That was a great movie.
Very good.
Okay, and then number 3 is the soundtrack to my all-time favorite movie ever, Friday, the first Friday.
That soundtrack is there.
Yeah, okay. Number 2, I'm going with I don't know if any of y'all have seen this, so this might be a deep cut, and that's Black Mask.
Yes.
Yeah. That soundtrack is fire. It's hip hop, bro. It's like all hip hop stuff.
Black Mask.
Yeah, it's a Jet Li movie.
Yep. Very surprising.
I like Jet Li though.
That's a really good fit. I'm not crazy about Jet Li.
I don't understand why, bro. Yuck.
Jet Li. I mean,
it's not a fan over for him.
Let me. I'm not. I think he's great. He's just not in my top. But there's
not a good actor.
There's Jet Li movies that I love though. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay, and then for number 1, I gotta go with Bullworth.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Yep.
Or, yeah, a couple of deep cuts on there. Hey, very dope. That Black Mask soundtrack is, and it
can't hear you.
Can't hear you, bro. Yo.
Yeah, I don't know how you solved that problem last time, but
it is.
There you go. You're back. Yeah.
There you go.
The Black Mask soundtrack catches you off guard. If you watch that movie, you do not expect to hear hip hop through the whole movie.
I know. And it's scratching, like actual turntable scratching.
It's really dope, man. So,
Yo, here,
man.
let me do this. I'm going to make a suggestion that maybe you were on the same page as me. In the interest of time, I suggest that we call an audible, and maybe you can like put in the chat or maybe in the on the Instagram what you would put us on, and then spend the last part of the last segment here with the Q&A. What do you think, Nav?
Agree 100%. But I'm doing my put you on because I do want y'all to all watch this. It's gonna be real quick.
Okay.
There's a Chinese anime and it's on YouTube and it's called Fog Hill of the Five Elements.
Yes.
Y'all
that's
have
done with the two dudes that were like
I was talking about. I haven't watched it.
Y'all have to watch this. I'm telling y'all, the animation is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And some of the best fights I've ever seen. You got to check it out.
I finally checked it out now. It's fire.
What's it called?
Yeah, bro.
Fog Hill of the Five Elements.
It's only like, yeah, and it's only like a couple episodes, so y'all got to check it out. Yeah, it's like 3 episodes, yeah.
Okay.
Now, what are you watching on?
YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Say what? Oh, I found it.
Yeah, man. So let me know when y'all watch it. But yeah, bro. So let's do this. If you got a question, man. If you got a question, we'll just call on y'all. If y'all got something you want to ask, man. So we'll start with you, Rails. You got anything you want to ask me, Hero?
All right, this is a music question. What artists / producers made you want to pursue what you're doing? Besides, like, you know, the movies and the games that y'all always like.
Great question.
Into, like, who's the artists and producers who you look up to? You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ!
All right, so I'll give artists and then I'll give a producer, and Hero, you should do the same thing. So artists who made me want to pursue making music was, I gotta say, Lupe Fiasco, and the reason I gotta say Lupe is because I've been pretty much a hip hop head forever, like since I started listening to music. But the thing about Lupe was he was the first artist that I saw that was making hip hop music who I felt like I was like, yo, that's like, I'm like that. Like I skate and
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he had, and you know, I'm never, and you know, and growing up, he really made the first album that I ever could like actually relate to, because I wasn't like in the street stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so hearing Food and Liquor was something that a lot of the songs I could relate to him. So I have to say Lupe, and producer, man, New Jazz for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My favorite producer. My favorite
So-
producer ever, and his music made me want to make music.
I have a very similar answer. Obviously, Lupe Fiasco. I mean, the same thing. When I discovered Lupe 2004, 2005, and he was the first rapper where I felt like that's a reflection of me. He's speaking a language that I understand. The first bar that I ever heard him spit, I mean, just like everybody else, I was introduced to him on that Touch the Sky record. Literally, the first bar was, "Guess who's on third? Lupe still like Lupin the third." And I was like, beg your pardon? An anime bar?
And you was like, wait a minute, I got that reference.
I understood. And
everybody around him was like,
what
is he talking about?
You like speak my language, bro. So that was like monumental. And I discovered Samurai Champloo around the exact same time. So that was huge. Obviously, Detroit guys, me and Nav both. So Jay Dilla was a huge influence. But believe it or not, and New Jabez obviously was even a bigger influence for me than Dilla even was, because I knew about New Jabez before. That's a shame, man. Dilla has such a great legacy, and I didn't even know about him in my own city. I didn't even know about him until I was in college, which is just a shame because of how deep and impactful his legacy was. But if I had to pick one artist, producer, both actually, that kind of defined the sound that I wanted to go after and inspired me in a way to kind of create my own lane. And this is a little bit of an out and left field pick, but it would be Daft Punk.
I already knew that.
Daft Punk, man. I mean, it's for those who don't know, it's an electro, like a house funk electro band.
EDM.
Well, I wouldn't even say EDM, bro. EDM is some shit that came out after. I actually reject EDM. I think that's some shit that I think the title, I think the name EDM
Gotta be in the
is some
mode.
shit that like some white hipsters made up to make their music sound like more, to give it a sheen that like, bro, that shit is just house and techno. Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop being pretentious.
Yeah.
Funny as hell.
And then they've created like whatever. So that's a whole different conversation. A lot of people have tried to define what I do as EDM. If that's what you want to call it, that's fine. Whatever.
Hell no.
Nah.
Well, some of y'all haven't heard the stuff that I did like pre-Noveliss. I've done some funky shit. Bro, the shit that I've done with Nav recently is I'm not gonna say it's not simpler, but it's a little bit more closer to earth. If you leave me to my devices, like some of the shit that you're gonna hear on the joint that I did with Nav and Megaran, the joint that's about to come out soon that we just finished, there are some funky ass spacey beats that is really me in my lane.
There's one beat you put on your page. I was like, I need that beat. Like, I can't think of the post. Like, I was like, I need that fucking beat. I can't, like, even off like the little 15 snippet, I was like, like I was throwing in, like, I can't rap. Like,
so Daft Punk for me on that. I love Daft Punk.
Word up, man. Yo, Tatiana, you got any questions you want to ask me and Hero?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to piggyback off of the last question because you guys were kind of getting ready to answer it. So I have been a fan of Hero's music for a while. To, again, piggyback. So since Headlock, I had a friend.
Wait a minute, bro. That's a throwback.
Yes, it is.
That was from a long ass time ago. Wow.
Yes.
Yo, thank you so much for like even still paying me any attention for that long. I really appreciate you.
I had a friend who sent it to me because he knew the type of music I was into, and he's like, hey, this person used a sample of this album that you're listening to. And I was like, all right, this is going to be in my life forever. Then from there, the Freakstrumental joint, it just kind of went on.
I'm so humble right now. Let's go. So she can speak to some of the spacier shit that I used to be more into.
Absolutely. So I do want to kind of ask, I guess, how did you and Nav meet and then come together? And because it is definitely a lot different. Still great, but it's a lot different.
Let me take this question, Nav, because it's let me give you my version of it. So he and I met initially a long time ago, like in the Detroit music scene. Like we both were in a similar kind of underground lane, and many of us know each other. Many of us like have met and have like been in contact. So like we met like back in like 2010 or 11, like when we were both. They were already fairly established. Clear Soul Force was already fairly established, and I was like just getting on the scene. And I went to like I had known about them for a while. I went to a show. I met them. We dapped up. We exchanged numbers, and we were like cool. We were like on. We would text every now and then. We would hit each other up on Twitter every now and then. Talk anime. Talk video games. And so here's the part where I feel a little bit. I feel ingratiated to this man a little bit because. There was a period of time that I've been pretty vocal about where I was like off music. Like I had a job, like I was working for a mortgage company and I was working a million hours a fucking week. And I was really depressed because I wasn't able to do music the way that I used to be able to do it. And shout out to Nav, like Nav two times in a row reached out to me. This nigga was already famous, already like, blue check mark on Twitter, already like touring Europe, like a professional MC, right? Who had always been like a closet fan of my music, and I really appreciate that. So twice he asked me like, "Yo, like, hey man, fan of your shit, bro. I want you to be on this project that I'm doing." I think the first time it was gonna be Mike Swords, the first Mike Swords, and I was like, "All right, bet." Like, dog, always been a fan of Knob. This motherfucker got bars. Like he can really fucking rap. Like that would be really dope to work with him. So then I went to start to try to get in that mood, and then I just got buried in work, and I fucking dropped the ball. Then this nigga didn't even think twice about it. This nigga hit me up again and was like, "Hey, bro, like," didn't even say shit. Like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get you back on the project. Let's work." And nigga fumbled the football again because of this whole ass job, bro. I could not make time to make any music at all. And so I finally quit. I quit that job. I took some time to myself. I just started making music. We reconnected again. He came to me and was like, "Hey man, like," and again, still like no judgment. I'm really surprised that he even paid me, that he even like considered reaching out again. but no judgment, no like shade from dropping the ball in the past. Was like, hey man, I got this dope idea. We had been kind of forming a relationship just outside of music, just on some friendship shit, just talking about music, wrestling, video games, all that shit. He was like, I got this idea. I'm doing a project, Cerebral Apex. I want you to be like, because he knew like my taste, and he knew that I was into like Adult Swim and like those bumpers that he used to have. And he was like, I got this idea where I want you to make the beats in between each record, like sort of like a bump, right? So I was like, all right, cool. Like, and to myself, I was like, look, God damn it, if you don't sit your motherfucking ass down in this chair and make this music, like, this man is being super gracious, like, but he clearly wants you to be on his project. He's reached out to you 3 times, and like, clearly he's a fan, bro. Because I was having other issues. I'm like, man, I'm trash. Like, I'm not even that good. Like, all these niggas are better than me. All this shit. I'm like, bro, this nigga is super famous and fucks with and like has worked with all kind of dope ass producers and keeps coming back to my weak ass. So just do it. Just do it. So I sent this nigga literally like 1,000 beats, bro. I was like, yo, and so and then what happened after that was like, I think this was maybe sort of unexpected, not to get too mushy on this nigga, but like there was like a brotherhood that was already there that we didn't even know, and it just kind of clicked from there. And now this is one of my best friends. So that's right, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's my version of it. Your version is probably not as, because I was like freaking out on my end. This nigga now is probably like, all right, whatever, no big deal. Like,
hey, I mean, and now you know what I'm saying. We're like best friends, and it's just he spoils me, man, with his production, man. Like there's producers who send me like folders with like thousands of beats in them, and I'm like, hey, Hero, man, you know, what you
right. Check some up real quick.
So yeah, man, that was a good question. And
it's perfect. What you guys are doing is great. I've since gone through your entire discography as well. Yes.
And I seriously had no idea that you had been a fan for so long. And that's for somebody like me who, like, producers behind the scenes, we're not really like out there like that. That is hugely, hugely impactful, and I feel very, very gracious, and thank you for being a fan. So I've been motivated to like want to work harder, like, and to keep doing more shit. So
I do want to just add one thing to this question, just one. Like you said, he said I was like a closet fan of his music, right? He used to have this tape on Bandcamp, and there was this beat. It's Voyage Home, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was this beat on this tape he had called Angel Outlaw.
Yes.
And this beat, I was obsessed with it. I wrote to it. I listened to it all the time. And I just kept bringing it to my group, Clear Soul Forces, to try to get them to use it. And we were just buried in like because we had like just got our deal with Fat Beats, and we had to like do 2 albums with them for Fat. And they were just like not trying to hear it. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just start working with this dude on my own. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, and then it finally happened. So TJ,
my
man,
brother.
Yeah, man. TJ, you got any questions you want to ask, bro?
I can't really think of any question off the top of my head, but I do want to kind of piggyback off of what you laid about artists and producers that have inspired you, and it kind of gets into the same topic that everyone's been saying so much. So in terms of producers, it's like a tie between Dilla and MF Doom. Like their music more or less scoped me as like not just an MC, but just a person overall, and like helped me through a lot of hard times. Just helped me find myself and be comfortable with being myself.
I feel you, man. Doom is my guy. Y'all already know how I love Doom, man. Doom's one of my favorite rappers.
And in terms of artists, like Doom is there too. And like people like Del the Funky Homo Sapien, and I'm just gonna say this flat out. An artist that has definitely like sculpted my style and who I am as an MC is low-key you, Nav.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah, like growing up, like I'd heard of Clear Soul Forces, but then when you start doing your own solo stuff, like I've been around from like the Tsunami days. I've been, like,
facts, yo.
Like Fireball Funk stays on the phone no matter what. Like like your style helped influence me. And as much as like there's low-key a joke between a lot of artists in Chicago, anytime I'm in the scene is like, oh, you're like, there's Mini Nav. I'm like, ha, nah, don't give me that much credit.
I appreciate
Please
it,
don't.
Yo, that's what's up. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
It's all love,
Eric,
man. It's all love.
thank you, brother. Eric, man, you got any questions, bro?
So I
Fire
guess
headband, by the way.
So what happened, man? Here?
Fire headband.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Growing my hair out, gotta keep that hair. You know how your hair just goes out to the side? I turn this shit up, bro. So this is for this is both y'all can answer this. First and foremost, thank y'all for like even letting me connect with y'all, because I don't know, like for me, I don't know if you always pay attention. Like I'm always trying to reach out to you, reply to your stories, man, because the thing is, the reason why you hold a significant impact in my life is because whenever you drop music, it was always in transitional periods in my life. Like I remember being in this room, and that's the funny thing about YouTube, you'll come across anything at any point in time. I accidentally found Get No Better. So me and my brother, we were sitting in the room, Chickity Checker brought the soap. Yeah, I was like, no, this is it. We was like, we heard that verse. We was like, nah, he's it. And then Tsunami dropped, and that's when I was kind of I decided to pursue professional basketball. And then Cerebral Apex came, and then even just now, so I'll basically get to my question. So my question is, when you've gotten to this point where, because I just walked away from my job as well, when you've gotten to this place where you bet on yourself, what have you and Hero done, Hero as well, what have you guys done to make these breakthroughs and get to this point where you're able to sustain? Like, what have you done, like, to get, because to actually leave, because even with, like, the way I feel like quarantine's allowed, to me, quarantine freed people from a lot of situations they didn't want to be in secretly.
Yes.
That's how I feel. You feel me?
Sir.
So we've secretly always been asking for a way out. This is a way out. And I've been working, like I told you, I'm teaching basketball. Now, like, I've been working to make sure I don't do anything that brings me back to my old life. So how have y'all gotten to that point of no return? How did y'all get that breakthrough?
I think you just when you're put into the position, right, which you can't be in unless you actually get there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be you quitting or like you say, a quarantine, putting people in these weird positions they've never been in. You can't do it unless you're in the position. But when you are in the position, it's basic human instinct, man. We figure it out, we adapt. You know what I'm saying? We figure it out, we adapt, we change, we make things work. That's like a skill that humans have, but some people just don't ever find it because they're never in the position to use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that can be whether you're setting goals for yourself where you want to release something, or whether you want to set a goal for yourself when you want to finish something, or just being creative, like me and Hero get together and we do these live stream shows because we can't perform. Like you just put yourself in a position to just come up with different ways to do things and to generate ideas and income. And then once it works once or twice, you're like, yo, maybe I am supposed to be doing this. Like, maybe I got this and we'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right. Because people you're like, you're a parent.
Yeah.
You're a parent. So, like, what you represent to me is a life I almost ended up living, but then if I probably wouldn't have chased my dreams, I think I would have settled. So I find it interesting how you get to that point where you're like, this is it, and you get that support. It's tough, man. It's really tough what you gotta consider. But like, I mean, just even so, like I remember when I first heard y'all first episode. To think y'all are here 50 episodes later. And I even remember one podcast where you was just like, yo, y'all got to the point where like y'all wrote it down. Now we're gonna do it. Now look at y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. And trust me, bro, like I've been there. Like I hated a couple years ago before I quit my job, I was so miserable, and I was so miserable because I was getting up. I had to get up I was a chef. I was getting up at 4:35 in the morning. I had to go to work, and I would get so mad when I came home and I didn't have the energy to work on music. And I was just like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this anymore.
What Hero was saying, right?
Yeah. You know
just to piggyback off that, oh my bad, Nav, go ahead and finish.
No, go ahead, bro.
I kind of told you my answer to this question already, but like I was working for a mortgage company in the city of Detroit. It doesn't take a whole lot of Googling to figure out who that company would be. But I mean, I was making a lot of money. I basically made the money to build all the stuff here, all the studio stuff while I was working there.
Right.
But I was literally working like 80 hours a week, like no bullshit. And I would come back from the crib. I would come back from work and I would get back to the crib. And I would be like, all right, usually what I do now is work on music, but it's like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, bro, like I got nothing left. And so one Saturday, this is how I knew it got bad. One Saturday, I was like, all right, let me work on some music because I need that, right? Like I make some money off the music, right? I still, truth be told, I still have a full-time job that has now, it's something that's a lot that I can give myself to in a way that's not as draining. It fits with my schedule, but also something that I care about as well, right? Like you already know I'm wokety woke, blackety black. So they got me out here doing some blackety black, wokety woke shit out here. You know what I'm saying? In the workplace. Right. So I'm here for that. God damn it. Right. But anyways, there was a point where because I need it from it's part of who I am, right? So I opened up the FL studio and I'm like, all right, let me see the last thing I was working on, bro. I looked up at my like recent projects. The last time I opened up FL was 6 months prior. 6 months, bro. And I didn't even know. It just like, and I'm like,
time was like that.
Right. I'm like,
time go. Yeah.
I'm like, I've been starving emotionally and creatively for 6 months, and I didn't even realize it. I was just drowned in stress. Right. That was my normal, was being stressed out. And you know, rest in peace to my dad. But like I remember having a conversation with him when I was like, bro, like, fuck this, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like this shit, bro. Like I would rather like make a lot less money. No, appreciate y'all. Thank you. I would rather make a lot less money and be like able to be peaceful, to find peace within my creative self than this grind. Like I don't even care about that shit like that, bro. Like the only thing I spend money on is music shit. And like I don't have any kids. My dog is the closest thing I got to a child, and he's asleep right now. I would get him back on camera. He's passed out. but like, so I had to just take a step back and like, you know, this isn't what I want to do. So I stopped working. I quit that job. I had 6 months worth of savings, and I just like sat down, nigga, made some music. Nigga rode my bike, lost like 30 pounds. God damn it. I was living my best life ever, bro. And that's right around the time, like right during that stretch is when me and Nob got connected. It was right around then. That was what I had to do in order to like really rediscover. And for me, like my situation, Nob and I talk about this. My situation was a little bit different, right? Like this is his I mean, it's my parallel career. Like I'm not gonna say I don't want this shit to blow up, but for me, like I have the ability to sustain myself with other stuff. With Nav, the stakes are higher for him, and there's no doubt about that. He's got a whole family, and this is his income, right? And so like, but his drive and his like motivation and like connection to the music has inspired me, and it has got me back in more of a creative rhythm myself, right? And so, you know, it all works hand in hand, bro. This shit is a part of who I am, and without it, like, there is no hero, there's no Omari, there's none of that shit. So
yeah, that's just how I got into that point, man. Especially because, you know, I was saying to somebody like, yo, that play could have took any one of us out, and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was just like, yo, like I'm still here. You know, I still got time because it was so wild. Because I thank y'all so much for that shit. I remember, and on the Still album, and Nas verse on Say What, he says, I'm tired of living. I think it goes along the lines, I'm tired of living a life that leaves more to be desired. Like I just feel like no matter what I did, it just never felt enough. Because yo, it's really not even about the money, man. Because what is enough money?
Right, exactly. You are see another thing you got to think of is, if you had everything that you ever wanted, you wouldn't have a purpose to do anything.
There's no drive.
Exactly. There's nothing to go for, right? So you got to think, when you do feel like you're not doing enough or that you need more, you also got to remember that, well, what if I did have everything, then I wouldn't be doing anything, right? You know what I mean? So
this conversation will happen, right?
right, exactly, man. Yo, man.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for that.
Appreciate you, bro. Jay Jones, you got a question, bro?
Yeah. Well, I had a few, but they got took. But
shout out to your lighting, bro.
Yeah, I'm in my studio right now. I stick with the blue vibes.
It's D'Angelo lighting.
First off, I want to say, Hero, yo, 5 Ring Rat. That's like, that beat's so crazy. I love that beat, man. I listen to that joint all the time, man. I love that joint.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. But for now, I got a question for you. Like, I know you've been overseas and all that. Like, what's it like, going to like a whole nother country, you know what I mean, and seeing people saying, like, knowing your words, your song, knowing who you are, man, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's crazy. It is. It's a crazy feeling. When the very first time I went to Europe, it was just an eye-opening experience. But it's also at the same time, it was like a.
Bros, I know exactly how you feel, bro.
Yeah, it's like bittersweet, right? You know what I'm saying? We get there. The cats. It was bittersweet, man. We because it was a thing where it wasn't a full-time thing yet. So you go to this place where your pictures all over the place, and there's like, you gotta have security walking you to the shows, and you are signing autographs all the time, and you're doing these radio things, and you're like this famous person, but then you come back home and it's not the same, and you got to go to work in the morning, and you know what I'm saying? But then it started to pick up and became, more of a regular thing. So I always appreciate going over to Europe, man. They just have a love for our culture and hip hop music that people have here, but just not in the same.
Not in the same mainstream.
Yeah, You know what I mean? Yeah. It's different, but it's definitely special. Like, I love it out there so much. It's amazing.
Word, that's what's up, man.
Yo, man. So who we got? Black Gear, you got anything, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it simple and not complicated. How did you and Hero get your artist names?
Oh, that's nice. All right, so I'll go first, right? Well, I know a lot of you guys know when I first started out with Clear Yourself Forces, I used to go by J-Rock. That wasn't really a rap name. That was just, I played ball growing up, played in college. That's just what all my friends used to call me. But I actually got the name Noveliss from my daughter's name is Nova, and my son's name is Jayless. So I just put their names together and made Noveliss out of it. You know
that's genius. My name is Travis.
Word. Hero, how you get your name, son? Sir. Hero's mic is muted. I don't know if he knows.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was about to start talking about you.
All right. So how did I get my name? So obviously I'm a fan of science fiction, superheroes, comic books, obviously all that stuff, right? So hero, right? Superhero, right? That's part of it. Also the character Hiro Nakamura from Heroes, the TV show. That's one of my favorite characters. Power to control time. If I had a superpower, that's what I would do. It would be a rap.
There's nothing else that you need if you can.
Right. If you have power of the space-time continuum, you win. Period. Like, there's nothing else.
That show was amazing.
That's the reason why you don't see that in fiction, is because people can.
Hold on, wait a minute. I made a mistake. Up, reverse time. Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
I made another mistake. Up, reverse time.
Yeah. You don't see that in fiction very often because it's kind of boring to write stories about it because it's just OP. So also, my government name is Omari Hall. This microphone is kind of for show. Like, this is the mic that I'm using for this. So
I picked up on it.
I just needed to get my Stephen A. Smith.
I weird flex, but okay.
Well, I mean, if you see what's actually, I actually am using it for the to time, whatever. There's a purpose, but it's not for this. So, but I'm gonna.
There is no purpose.
I'm gonna stand up though, so y'all can see my phone. I think. Right? Nope. Can't see it.
Now I can see it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So my government name is Omari Hall. So one day I turned in a paper at school, and college, and for whatever reason, when I turned it upside down, the O, the R, the I, and the H stood out, and it just jumped out. Hero. That's what I saw. So,
Oh, that's so dope.
and so it was just like a double, triple entendre, like hero, the comic book character, hero, superheroes, hero, like that's in my name. So there it is. That's how it happened.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yo, that was such a humble presentation, but that shit is about to write some shit down. Hold on.
That's amazing.
So we write my name, get a new name.
Like, yo, act like that shit not fire. Like, bro.
Hey, yo.
It just happened to work out.
People about to be changing their names to like some Organization 13 names in a minute.
Hey, yo, real quick, guys that are listening. I saw Rails put his Spotify link in the chat, and TJ put his in there too. So y'all check out their music, man. 50th episode. We super appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much for being fans of the show. Hero, don't you got something that Edmund, our homeboy, Art of Rufus?
Bruh, yes.
So if you guys aren't familiar, Edmund, he's Art of Rufus on social media.
Yeah, let me get his address out of the camera. My bad.
This guy is an amazing artist. He did that Ghost of Tsushima painting that I have hanging up.
That shit is fire.
He is amazing. He sent us something and he told us to open it when we do the 50th episode. I have no idea what it is.
Oh,
yeah, neither do I. So we're doing it on camera.
The time capsule is open.
All right, so we got something here in the back says, "Congrats on the 50 episodes, and here's to many more. Much love, fellas." From Ed Rufus Roycer. So let's see what we got here. And those who don't know, we've talked about him many times. Yeah. Okay, so we both got one. Okay, so Noveliss. Oh, he even drew your. He drew your logo. That's fire. So me and Edmund, I mean, that's like my brother, more than a best friend. That's like my brother, bro. We go back from literally grade school.
And he's such like I just known him this year, and had I known him earlier, he would be my best friend along with Hero. He's
just a cool dude, man. It speaks the same language, bro. Like just a blurred. So here's what we got. I think I kind of put the pieces together, so I think I know what this is. But let me see if I'm right.
Survey says.
Yeah.
I knew it. That's crazy.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo, because he did it on Instagram. He put everybody. I knew it.
Bro, are you serious right now?
Super fire. Okay, so then.
Oh my God.
So that can only mean by process of elimination.
Right. So let's see what we got here.
What?
Nah, that shit about to go dumb. Yup.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That is incredible.
Exactly.
Bro.
Yo, that shit is.
That got to be the album cover, man. That
is fucking fire, bro.
Wow.
That's a whole album.
Yo, he gave y'all a preview on Instagram, but that's.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. See, I put the pieces together, man.
Oh,
so well done.
Bro, this dude, Edmund. I love you, bro.
You
you love you, brother. Immediately.
You are amazing, man. Oh my goodness.
And like, it fits, bro. Like it looks like that shit belongs on it.
That's amazing, bro. What?
Y'all
gotta keep that.
That's the collab cover art right there.
Yes, keep it in the studio.
Yeah, bro. We gotta keep it.
We
gotta keep it in the studio, bro.
It's fire, man.
Yes.
Like that.
God.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
That's
cool.
incredible.
So dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Got that official SwordCast art.
What a great episode this has been.
This has been amazing. Hey, look, man, we appreciate all y'all. Stay connected, man. If you guys aren't all following each other, make sure y'all all follow each other, man. Stay connected. This was super.
Put in the chat. Tag our IGs in the chat.
Yeah, man. Put your IGs in the chat, man. Stay connected. the people that make music, check out the music, man. TJ, I'm gonna check your stuff out. I haven't checked it out before, but I told y'all earlier, Rails is a super dope MC, man. And listen, I don't
trying to be like you, man.
I'm not always giving out. I don't always give people the approval, man. I'm telling you, Rails is dope, man. Check them out. We have a really dope song.
That's the first of what I hope to be many on like streaming platforms. But like, if this is a good sign of us to come, I hope this is it.
Absolutely, man. So, hey, man.
I'm looking to come to Detroit, man. I gotta film a video for the single.
Hey, listen, man.
I gotta be on the pod
if you ever come,
I'm gonna need y'all to come to Chicago again.
Absolutely, bro.
I'm with
Rose, you ever come to Detroit, Rose, you hit me up, man. You can stay at my house, man. You're more than welcome, bro.
I can make myself home. I like that.
My daughter never sleeps in her room, dog. So you can sleep in her room. You always sleeping in our room.
Man.
So yeah, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all. This was super dope. I really, really love this episode, man. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank y'all, man.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you guys. This was
Thank
awesome.
y'all.
Next time.
You guys are amazing. Edmund, Art of Rufus. I love you, bro. You are just an amazing human being. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I wish I could have known you years ago. I'm kind of upset that I'm just now meeting you.
Hey, man. There's always time, bro. There's always time to build, to form bonds, bro.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, Evan. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Rails, Tatiana, TJ, Eric, Jay, Black Gear. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Love y'all. 50th episode in the book.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage Yambatosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.